But yeah, we're still doing this one. I do kind of feel like, what do you work as? I am a quality analyst with a defense contractor. Well, that sounds cool. It's not. I don't deal with any of the cool stuff. But you get to hear about cool stuff, but I don't really work with any of it. But I do a lot of. I support our group, much larger group of a few dozen from the IT perspective. I basically handle all the SharePoint, Excel, if they need digital tools to make their job easier, that type of thing. I'm okay with doing like this angle, I think. Because, I mean, this is okay, but I feel like, I mean, I guess I can move his eyes a little bit, but because if I can't show ground because I'm going to be in the ground. So if I want to show ground, I have to be like this, and that's just not that good. If I twist it, I could, but this just makes it look like she's a spider on a wall or something. I don't know. I'm just not getting the same physics feeling of her jumping. If I were to look at that from the perspective of somebody that doesn't see this angle, anyway. I think I might just leave it like this. Is there? Oh yeah, she probably should actually be more like this. Chest first. Oh, and if there were people weren't here last stream, this is looking really weird. We're working on some pictures for bad fanfics. I do a reading of bad fanfiction at every or at the Midwest of Americons, and I always try to do a cover picture for all of them, and this is for one of them. I realized I fixed her eyes before, but I didn't fix all of her eyes. Let me see where the SMLP. That's a new one. Materials, models, VS, Yona. Should just fix all of them while I'm here. Need a trap level of detail so that it creates, or it doesn't have the eyes go out of focus when the camera's further away. Minor, but managed to be. We had a background. Oh yeah. Backgrounds are usually, unless I'm doing like a video where I know kind of the area that they're working in, I normally, like, at least for this, I'll do backgrounds kind of later, because I could make a whole background and then the angle that I work with, it doesn't work at all for a background. Because with 3D, you can build the whole scene. So maybe that angle doesn't work and you have to adjust it and whatever. So yeah, I'll probably put a background, but what do we do for a background? Do we do like a green screen and put it in a different background? Or, because we can see ground here. So actually I kind of got to take that into account. Do we do grass? Original artist. So I don't know these things. Well, it's more of like, for this image, the idea is, do I do this angle? Do I do this angle? I mean, an artist is going to plan that out with probably like line strokes, so they get that idea before they even put their background in too, because you need to know what you're working with. So in here, it's like, I don't even know where I'm going to put them. So plus also here I'm showing the ground, but if I did an angle like this, there would be no ground, which would drastically change the things I would have to actually worry about. So Okay, so she's in here. What do we do here? I thought like, you know, you can do some grass on the ground because it's really easy. I don't think I have much else for. Maybe I just put them in a barn. You know what? Is it called Sweet Apple Acres? No, okay, good. When in doubt, shove the couple in a barn. Yak smash. Oh yeah, she smash. Is that? Oh, okay, good. Okay, which side does this work better from? Well, okay, I can better deal with it spun around the other way. We'll do like this. Okay. If you're ever in a situation too where you have this model and you're like, well, actually, let me drop this down a little bit too. Okay, well, this one also, I had to fix two things about it. You have it's like, well, the camera is being blocked by the model. How do I fix that? You can. In the actual camera, if you go to the camera setting in the element viewer, so right click, show an element viewer camera. I usually recommend that you always increase this to 30, the Z-near to 30. It fixes some other issues, but Z-near is also about where the camera starts showing models. So you can actually increase this to suddenly go, and you can see it here inside the wall. So there's a little bit of this wall right here that's still clipping, and you can see it right at that edge. So we're just going to increase that by a teeny bit more, and now it's gone. So that just says that anything before this point is ignored by the camera. There's actually another point, like, yeah, you can see way out there, the green box, that's the Z-far, and it will do the same. You could technically like bring in the Z-far. I don't know if that actually has any reasoning for it. I haven't really checked to see if there's like a performance benefit when rendering, because if you're like keeping things out of the camera range, I don't know. But I do not want that big red thing. So we're gonna move them. Okay, but right now the other issue is it is being lit incorrectly, and you can kind of see that from the other problem with having that value up high is now my work camera does the same. So you got to deal with that. But you can see that it's having this weird lighting bit. That is caused because wherever this point is in an area of a map that is lit completely differently because of how it does lighting and saying everything in this box is a certain type of lighting. It's probably going below the map, which is giving it different lighting. I don't want that. We're gonna fix that. So we're gonna load in. Actually, I probably don't even need to load in a model. I can just use one of these characters. Each of these characters has a point that identifies where light is controlled from the map. So I'm just going to load up Sandbar here. And there's something called Illum Position DAG. And this is saying where the position on the model should be illuminated from, kind of. I'm just, ooh, he has children. Yeah, okay, hold on. I don't want a child or children bones. So we're just going to load up a helper. Like the thick one. So we're just going to use this as our base. So this one, I go here. Yeah, now it has no children. I'm just going to copy this illumination position DAG. go to my barn, do the same thing. But under its, I'm going to delete the one that's there. And then right click, paste special, paste as reference. The benefit of this is now wherever this model goes, the barn will take on its lighting, because it's like copy pasting the values, which is pretty useful. So if characters are moving through an environment, you can have it so that they can both move through the same lighting environment or something. Maybe one slightly off, maybe the map's glitched or something. But now because I have this right here, it's all fine. I'm just going to hide it because I don't need it. This is going to be my barn loom helper. Okay, just so I know. Okay, fixed. I do have this poll or post here too, though. I'm going to see if we can move them a little bit further back. I think my one problem with this right now is the barn is, it's making it hard to see Yona. She's not really standing out, but I have a way we can do that. Oh, cheers, Fastery. And Stargaze, so you could raise the model in that case. I could raise everything, including them, up. I was just going to show you how to do that if you're unable to. I definitely had situations like, say the way the map's set up, there's a certain area that you want to work in, but like there's a weird invisible wall that changes the lighting pretty drastically between 2 points, or maybe it's ever so slightly, but it's enough to cause like a flicker, a change in that lighting. You don't want that. Well, by doing this, you're locking the lighting. It's convenient. Or I've had it where there's a character in a scene that the map is giving a certain type of lighting, but I don't want to have anything to do with that lighting. I want to fully control it. Well, I could take this helper, and if I just throw it way the hell out there, it's going to go to an area where there's 0 lights. Well, now it's got nothing. So even though this map has some lighting, I can ignore all of it. It's really come in handy before. If you're in a really dark scene, but the map has ever so slightly little bit of lighting in there, but you want to actually have it pure black and then light it for better silhouettes or something, really comes in handy for that. I like using stage though for this stuff because its general lighting is pretty even and balanced. It makes it feel cartoony, and it's cartoon. Why is it so pixel and not smooth? Oh, so the pixelation you're seeing on the edges here, this is called SSAO, or screen space ambient occlusion. It's how smooth it is depends on how many passes it goes over. But if I'm working in the software and like having things move around, having passes means that the software would have to, like, every time I do any little thing, constantly be like updating all these passes every time. That's not efficient. So it does a very skimmed down single pass version, so you get an idea as to what the final will look like without putting in the time and processing that is needed. If I actually go into my render settings here, I currently have it set to 128 passes. So if I go out of this, which is my I'm in the, is this clip editor? No, the motion editor. If I go to clip editor, this is where it'll actually give me that preview. So now if I give it a sec, oh, hold on. I'm not on work camera. I got to be on number camera. Now it's doing those couple passes. So if I switch over to this, you see again, it's rough. And then if I hit it again, it's going to go boop, boop, boop. How long those passes take depends completely on how complicated the scene is. Right now, 128 passes, it takes like a couple seconds. If I had a really complicated scene, sometimes that can take 20, 30 seconds to fully process. And it's doing this window separately. So then that's double that. If I had this one set to work camera, then it would be instant because this one's not being processed. And you can actually see it on here. This says samples. When I hit tab and go back, you'll see that number start jumping around. It's because it's actually showing me the sample count. So you should, yeah, be glad that it does that. I can actually shut that off though. If you turn off ambient occlusion, boop, now they're all flat. But so what ambient occlusion is doing is it's trying to say these two pieces of a model are overlapping in such a way that there would probably be some light reduction. So we're going to artificially add it. It's not caused by any actual real lighting or everything. It's just saying, based on what the proximity is, it's probably going to cause this, but it only does for what's on the screen. So if I, let's see if I can get a good example of this. I might not be able to. Oh, you know, you can see a little bit. So here you can see that this is saying that this should be pretty shaded, but as I go up, it's suddenly like this part goes away. It's changing how the lighting is because now it doesn't have that information anymore. So it changes how the shadows would be. It's one downside to SSAO, but it's also pretty nice. If you did really, really complicated lighting, you might be able to make it look better, but SFM's not efficient with lighting, or at least the first SFM. So if you were to put all that effort into it, it would probably run like trash. So, and you're limited to 8 shadow lights unless you do an actual update through a hex editor to the file, which I used to do, but then it had some other issues and I didn't want to deal with those. Hello, Sunset. I think what we're going to do here, do we want legs right there? I'm going to twist them a little bit. I want them at a little bit of an angle in there because it just looks better, but okay. It's a bit better. Okay, so I kind of want to make like a fire effect on her coming down because it'd be kind of funny, but I think I might just do a cartoony one in post. So I'm probably going to have to do this image a couple times. I think I'm actually good with it as it is. Like I'm not going to poke with this too much. But what we're going to do is part of this might be kind of interesting. We're going to do a little bit of green screen work. So I'm looking for my green screen. I know it has 1024 in the name. There it is. I always hit the truss first and then it goes, and then I know it's 2 up. All right. First, what we're going to do is we're going to see if I lock these 2 together. If it's the exact same level, it is not. They're like below each other. Okay, well, that didn't work. Okay, so we're going to try to get this to match up as closely to that as possible. If you're trying to get two items like really, really, really close to each other, move them pretty close and then move them just past each other. So I'm going to actually put that there and then just past. And then you can use the drop, which undoes an action until you get them about as close as possible. Oh, this is an uneven. Oh no, that's exactly what I wanted to see. It's glitching because they're too close together. That's what I wanted. Okay, and one more copy, paste. Get rid of the barn for a sec. Okay, perfect. So I'm going to get rid of these and we're going to get the barn. So let's get our full image first. I'll show you what I'm planning to do with this later or in a bit. Let's take a screenshot of, you know what? Actually, I want to make sure this is pixel. So I am going to export image. Is that all processed? I think so. Wait, actually the one thing I should do. Okay, they're pretty accurate. Do I? Yep, I'm going to do this too. We're going to... Oh, there's no motion blur. We're going to remove our aperture. We're going to turn it to 0. That'll make it so there's no distance blur. And we're also going to shut off sub-pixel jitter. Sub-pixel jitter just makes a very softening of the edges, but I want to be able to cut them out. It won't work if I have sub-pixel on. Looks much better with sub-pixel on, but I don't care. This is for something stupid. Okay, so I'm going to wait for that. Okay. So this is Fanfiction. What's his name? Sandbar. Full. Okay, and then we're gonna remove the barn. I think there's a little bit of a cutoff down here. Oh yeah, that's actually correct. Okay, never mind. Wait for that to process. He's green, but it's fine. Export image. Green. I can do a hydrate. Well, I gotta really clean this folder out. We need. So cheers. So with the values that I put, it should make it so that. Yep, pixel by pixel right at the edges. That's what I wanted. There's a little bit of a bloom that's caused, but I can work around. Might make the green screen a little harder, but I need to leave that on. Okay. Gonna grab our green screen. So these are identical, except for now I can use this information. Yeah, the bloom did cause a little bit of stuff there. I can use this info now to exactly cut out everybody. He's green, but it's looking for very, very specific green, so should be fine. Okay. All right, so now this gives me a mask over. Oh, nope, that was an inverted mask. There we go. So now I can do whatever I want to the background. It won't affect them, technically. So I'm going to grab my background here. We're going to add a little bit of Gaussian blur. Wonder if I should add a version. Gaussian blur is going to blur out him behind there too. So it does make it a little bit more interesting. I might not care enough. Oh yeah, actually no, I don't care because of what I'm going to do after that. Okay, so we're going to do our Gaussian blur. This is just going to add in our blurred background artificially. And then we're going to reduce our saturation. Helps them pop out more. Hello.
Hello.
Did you crash my car?
Yeah. Yeah. Why it took me so long to get back.
Okay.
Yeah. Probably shouldn't have been eating that spaghetti while driving.
You didn't do chili farts. Let's see, did you?
No, spaghetti farts.
Yeah, that's the same thing to you.
Different. Different consistency in the fart. Yes, it did. It's gonna be a pricey one, but at least hopefully my car will be good for a while.
Did you get a call?
Yeah.
What did they say?
It's gonna cost money. A lot.
But they can fix it?
They can.
What was wrong with it?
The water pump.
Oh, so it was just not getting water.
And they did point out, you know how when I turn that car, it makes a loud noise? Like a squeaking noise?
When you turn the car?
Yeah.
Sure.
I guess not really. Yeah, they pointed that out too, and they said why, and I decided to get that fixed too while it's in.
It's one of those that even if it costs a bit more, it can
costs a fair bit more, but
I mean, it's done then.
Then it's done.
Yeah.
It's already in the shop.
There's a super lot of convenience to that.
And I know it. I've known it to be a problem for a while now. It just wasn't enough of a problem for me to take it in. But it's already in, so.
What the hell?
Yes, it's me. No. But they said they should have it done by tomorrow.
Oh, so you have to...
I'm going to Uber into work.
No, I'm working from home tomorrow.
Oh. Awesome.
I usually go in Tuesday, Thursday, but then one of the two ladies that normally goes in on the days, one is already going to be gone. So the other one said, well, if you're not going to be there, I'm not going to be there. So then whatever. But Wednesdays I normally... So I mean, yeah, you technically can.
Awesome. That'll give me more time to get the spaghetti stains out of the seats.
Or add more. I don't know.
Yeah. Spaghetti is... The best thing to eat while driving is spaghetti. This is a fact. You haven't eaten spaghetti while driving a vehicle, you're not living.
I did eat a Chipotle burrito once while driving. Don't do that. That was not... and it was during rush hour.
That reminds me, Gold Star Chili, which is one of the chili places back around Cincinnati, did a Gold Star Chili burrito, which was spaghetti, Cincinnati chili and cheese inside of a giant tortilla. And that was a thing they had for a while. I forget the name of it. But can you imagine eating Skyline chili inside of a burrito wrap? Because that's what it was. They sold it for the longest time. You'll eat that in your car.
Why do you say these things?
I have to find it first. I don't think they make it anymore. Burrito was Gold Star. And they had a crazy name. I'm totally spelling burrito. Nope. Am I spelling freaking burrito so wrong? I don't know how to spell burrito. I'm admitting that in stream. Oh, it's you.
The bed without sheets. I haven't seen you in a bit. It's who?
That's what it was. And they still actually got it. Look, it's the Gorito.
Those are cheddar cheese, Chipotle ranch, and Fritos corn chips. The Fritos corn chips actually makes more sense out of there than anything else.
Than the Gold Star chili.
Yeah, Frito and something like that would probably
They
be
had it with spaghetti before. I guess they got rid of the spaghetti.
that would be horrible.
With the spaghetti?
Yeah.
They had the spaghetti in there. It was fun.
What? Your
Fun.
Your use of the word fun does not seem accurate.
The Gorito. See, you could discover all these foods. Yeah, that's what it used to look like. See?
I don't know if that's going to work. You can't really see it.
With the spaghettis.
That's horrible.
Not horrible. That's what culinary excellence looks like. You guys gotta go, if you're in the Cincinnati area, get yourselves a Gorito, but ask for spaghetti. I'm sure they'll do it. You just have to ask for it in your Gorito.
It has been a minute. I thought I got bricks, so I fell out of SFM for a bit. So, do you think it works with the fire? I feel like you don't even really know it's fire.
I get the joke. She's coming in hot. Because she's hot.
I think if I like do something like this and then
if you squish it, it looks not
hold on.
as good.
I'm working on it.
I like that feature. I wonder if GIMP has something similar. Probably.
I can't. It's only a 3x3 square, so for this last bit, I think the best I'm gonna probably do is like, well, I guess maybe not that, but I think I'd have to do something like this to try to get it to shape right, but yeah, I don't think I need to do that type of detail.
I think you could tell he's going to get squished by a flame
but
box.
I feel like there's just, I'd have to recolor her to think make that work. I think it
Why
would.
are they in a bed?
Because the bed wouldn't be visible. It'd be so far down there. Instead, I thought it would be like they're just being rough and tumbly in a barn.
Oh, well, put some hay around.
No, because I got to put the title stuff.
No.
Which is,
I'm just imagining an imprint in the shape of what's his face? What's that kid's name? It's
we finally did it.
Seashell. Oh, sand shore sand. What's his name?
Crotch itch.
After this, yeah. I mean, look at her.
What are you saying about Iona? Jeez.
And saying she's got a lot of fuzz.
Oh, I think she got something.
She's probably got like some lice or something in there. She lives in the wilderness. Have you seen how the Yaks live? It's essentially Hun living. I didn't see a bathtub anywhere. Sandbar. There you go. It's just a weird name for a kid who's born in what is very much a landlocked town. He's from Ponyville, right? There's no oceans near Ponyville.
His parents were had very wishful thinking.
Yes. He's like, your name's Sandbar. What the heck's that?
I kind of like the idea of just putting the text right down the center while they're just split there. I might be able to get away with doing like this.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I can probably do that.
Yeah. I like it. He's a bit of character. That is the fanfic title.
Yeah, the fanfic title is called "We Finally Did It."
And Sandbar dies at the end.
Crushed pelvis. Too much snoo.
Going with snoo. It does make me smile knowing that those two did end up together in the series. He's like, Sandbar, you're only 30 and you've already developed hip problems. It's like, I know. He's quite proud of him.
Oh, we need to put it around here. Hold on.
Hearts, yes, definitely.
Those look nice.
It's good to see you doing shipping content again.
That's a JPEG, so it's definitely not transparent.
Guys, we were all watching some of his animations, and then I tried to turn on Twidash, and everybody screamed at me.
Because because you had literally just been spending 45 minutes randomly playing horse videos.
That's because people kept telling me to play another one. Playing
out specific ones. But I said 3 times, maybe we should go and do something else.
But other people were saying things.
No, they were pointing out single videos.
Yes,
and then
and then I went rogue at the end.
I'm like, there's people here that are not bronies, and you're 45 minutes of making them watch stuff.
I was taking requests.
No, you were just finding every excuse possible to watch as much horse as possible.
They made me. I was that against my will. Twidash is good, but without cheats. But I like Twijack more. Ooh. I'm sorry.
I like Twidash because it is the only video that's making money on my YouTube right now. Thankfully, only because I got really lucky and they finally let me monetize it after losing out on a buttload of cash.
You just gotta do more shipping videos. Shipping. Guys, start suggesting shipping videos to him. This will be fun. What's your favorite ships? The question I'm essentially asking. Shouldn't the hearts be like around Yona? He's the one all and loved. Luna X King Sombra. Ooh. Wasn't there a whole comic with King Sombra and Celestia? So that's just like cheating. I keep telling you, Argo, a series of ooh pony vids will hit big monies.
Ooh. Yeah, actually, if I wanted to make money, I would just get into smut and make a Patreon.
I'm not saying make smut.
Make a Patreon for smut, and then just make a very high tier that like a couple times a month that makes things specifically for those high tier people. People would drop thousands for smut.
But I'm not. Nobody's suggesting smut. Just like good cable television romance.
Cable television smut?
Cable television romance.
Bromance.
We got some bromance.
Wait.
And I'm not going to sit through it.
Oh, okay. I was going to say, like, what's going on, Michael?
I'm going to go upstairs and watch Twidash again. Maybe the pony kisses. They would. Ooh! Is that what you were wanting? Just me going, ooh! Pony kisses! Ooh! Yeah, you paid for a voice impression. And I saw OOH, so I started going, ooh.
He's doing his British impression.
Feel like you wanted something else. No, I got a thing saying you do voice impressions. I do. Yeah. Was that not the voice impression you wanted? You're allowed to. Yeah, he does. You're learning the system. Oh no, he doesn't. He doesn't do voice impressions unless you ask for him specifically. Well, no, and then he has to.
I know. I have it there because people wanted Michael voice impressions.
No, it just says voice impressions. It doesn't say who has to do them. There's no fun.
No. Hold on.
I feel like special requests can be made. No, you can't edit
Michael does a voice impression. Okay, it's always said that.
Well, nobody reads the fine print.
Well, you can't just change the rules. You were thinking I was going to change the rules and were yelling at me. And then you're like, wait, no, there's a voice in the rules. And they're like, wait, but I want to change them.
I want you to do the things I want to do. Yeah. Oh, I have to warn you. All my voice impressions are awful. Michael, can you do your best Discord? Oh, Twilight, you don't know. Oh, Twilight, don't you know you should stop dating Rainbow and start dating Derpy? Okay, I'll try my best. Like, oh, how does he do it? He's just like, oh, Twilight, don't you know you should stop dating Rainbow and start dating Derpy? It's like that. That's my Discord.
I wouldn't say it was good, but if you were to tell me who from the show was that, I probably would say Discord. So
really,
I'll give you that.
Wow, I didn't even.
I know it was a horrible voice impression, but the very end had enough Discord-esque.
Oh, Twilight. Don't you know?
No, okay, no. Now I gave you too much confidence. You're going the other way.
Oh, Twilight.
Twilight. I'm smoking.
Twilight, why don't you date that good horse across the street? The one with the crooked eyes. She's beautiful. You love her.
Are you going to go grab your cannolis too?
Oh my goodness. Sorry, cat walked on my keyboard.
Well, your cat has good taste.
Yes. The cat was like, please stop, but doesn't know English. And I said, Discord, not 6-year-old chain smoker. Well, it's Discord in the future after the depression hit hard. He just beat the cancer.
Okay. Oh, who wrote this one?
Post-depression Discord, dang.
I did go through, so I spent like all last night getting new fics and started editing a few to split them up, and then I spent this like an hour before stream splitting all of them. So I think other than the pizza one, all these are broken up. So I could really, all I do to print them is I do this, right click, and then like print. That's why I break them up like that. I'm trying to make it easier going forward too, because Jay sometimes has been like, hey, I'm going to go to this convention and we're going to do bad fanfic. Can I have some of your stories? And so that's makes it easier to print from his side too. I just need master though. This is Rated Pony Star.
Ooh, it sounds pretty epic. I feel like I will need to fill your tank tomorrow, but I don't know when.
You have time. We're not doing anything tomorrow.
I am. I got to pick up my car. The place closes at 7.
Well, then how do I get my car?
Well, I'm going to drive it back here, and you're going to take me up there.
In my car?
Yes.
Hmm.
Or I can pick you up.
You can stop at Hy-Vee on the way.
No, we can't. Stop on the Hy-Vee the way back.
Why?
Because the place closes at 7.
Yeah, 7, but you can home at like 6.
Yes, probably 6:10, and we got to get in the car.
Well, then ask your boss to leave 10 minutes early, 15 minutes early.
Or we can just not go to Hy-Vee first.
No, you're telling me to spend my time because you couldn't take your time.
That's my work's time.
10 or 15 minutes, I think your boss can allow it.
He won't even be in tomorrow. He's taking the day.
That makes it easier.
We can go to Hy-Vee after.
Not we, because afterwards we're on 2 different cars.
Yeah, then you can do whatever the hell you want. I can go to the Hy-Vee. I need me to go to Hy-Vee with you.
What you're saying is
Like
I need to fill up my tank, and to fill up my tank, you're telling me to go fill up my tank.
I can follow you and fill up your tank in my car.
Stop on your way home. It literally takes less than 10 minutes.
Okay. What kind of gas am I allowed to put in it?
The normal gas.
So not the cheaper gas.
It was it 87 or 88?
Or the cheaper ethanol gas.
Yeah, I think that one is allowed.
88.
Are you saying Hy-Vee or Hy-Vee? It's Hyvee. It's actually a grocery store, but I have their fuel saver card. That certain foods, when you buy them, will give you like gas discounts. I don't buy based on that discount, but every now and then something will have like 5, 10, 15 cents off a gallon if you buy an item. And then I just every now and then I go to when I go to gas. Normally they're about the same price as everybody else, if not a little cheaper sometimes. But it'll be like, hey, you have 25 cents off a gallon. You want to use it? I'm like, okay.
I just realized something. I can't fill up on the way home.
Why not?
Because my card will be here.
Oh, yeah, because you have no money.
Well, I have money. The card is in the mail, which will show up tomorrow. But I have to come here to get it.
So you're going to use all my gas and then give it to me with no gas. No gas in it.
I'm going to put gas in it the moment I give it back to you. We just got to go to the Hy-Vee first. And then you can fill up.
We can't go there because you don't have a card.
No, I'll have a card tomorrow.
Okay. Oh, so we're going to stop there on the way to the place.
Yes.
Okay.
Well,
can I bring the one for the mower too? Because I could probably use some gas in that. Maybe see if Adam wants to come with.
As long as we make it to the place with at least 30 minutes to spare. Because they're not going to want us walking through the door 5 minutes before they close. They might just say, hey, screw.
That's not our problem.
It kind of is if they lock the door and say, womp, womp.
No, it's 5 minutes before they close. They're still open.
Yeah, maybe.
And your car is in the lot.
Yeah, what am I going to do? Hotwire it and run off?
You don't have a second key?
I do. It's stealing. I'm not going to.
No, it's your car.
No, I'm pretty sure the law would not be on my side.
Throw a 20 on the ground or something. I don't care. When you transfer ownership over temporarily?
I don't know what the laws behind that are, but I'm pretty sure you're not allowed to just take the car off the lot until you've paid your bill.
Well, then they shouldn't have shut their door early. If they're like, well, you can't grab your car. Oh, wait, what are you doing? Come back here.
I don't think that would hold up in a court.
Well, yeah, but if you said, hey, I got there 10 minutes before you closed.
No, I don't think if the police arrested me, be like, hey, they closed early. Me stealing my car back.
No, because you need your car. Then that is them saying we're open during these hours, but we're not allowing you to grab your equipment, and you need it. You probably have a case to say I get it as long as you still pay them.
Yeah,
but you can take it off the lot as long as you'll pay them.
I mean,
they want money.
I mean, I would just prefer to get there at a reasonable time, so I don't have to do that. No, I want to fill it with gas, but I'm broke. No, I'm not broke. I just don't have any money on me.
Yeah, my goal is the other kind of broke.
I'm the princess from the beginning of Aladdin, where she's got lots of money, but she doesn't have any money on her. Then he's the dude about to chop my hand off. And
Wait, I get to do that?
I need a sexy street rat to save me.
Can I be both?
The sexy street rat? No. You're the grumpy dude who's pissed off that I just took one of your apples. You're all getting all hacky.
I don't know why he's so clean. Like in all the movies, he's a street rat, but apparently he showers every day or something.
Yeah. He's well groomed. No doubt about that, especially in the live action movie. That guy was something spiffy.
Okay. So this one is done.
You're talking about an actual rat? No.
Street rat. We're talking about a street rat. Yeah. All right. So which one do we want to do now? So we have done Luna Has a Dream, blood and stuffed crust pizza, Roomba Touches Chair, Twilight Touches Grass. We finally did it. Oh, and Simp. Okay, so there's just the two new ones I have to do.
Who's the dingus?
These are. I found an author that makes super weird shit.
Okay.
Like, it is the epitome of I smoked a lot of dope and then just put words on paper.
Yeah, with ponies.
And it works really well for. It's just kind of narrator heavy. In the future, comedy will be randomly generated. I believe the chapter title, most of these always have one chapter. So the one chapter that's on there is just in all caps, "Oh no, Spike has a gun." That's all it is.
That's not good.
We can do Praise Be the Dingus.
Who's the dingus?
But the dingus is a 5-legged metal creature with a middle finger for a head. So it might be interesting to try to make it. So I mean, we can see what we can do.
Just put a giant hand on Crackle's head, flipping people off.
Oh, I don't know. This is
He had a stroke. Star good.
No, I was trying to look for more fics, and I spent like an hour and a half last night because I knew I didn't have enough, and I'm trying to find more. And
you need help?
No, I was just. Normally, I look over the last 6 months, and I found some that kind of work, and I found some that definitely do work. Like Twilight Touches Grass is probably the best that we're going to have. But these random ones work. But the problem with with them is they're narrator heavy. No, it was was that just Jesus? Oh no, that was the one where Kanye West was in a story.
That sounds awful. G5.
It would have maybe worked, but it felt like it kind of went a little long. Because it wasn't him like being funny, it was just him being there.
Yeah.
It was just kind of weird. But I had some gimmicks that were oh, that's the pizza one. Wait, did I not save the links for those? Oh, I guess I didn't. Let me get the author for it. Techno Nerd.
No. Some of these. Just looking at the art, and it's beautiful.
Yeah, this is it. Oh, dear soul, just like has a gun. Praise be the dingus. This is why sleep is important. Content warning is gigs. Face I'm making a random tag go boom comedy tag go hard burr. Oh, and also innuendos because screw it, I feel unhinged tonight. Like this guy is so fucking weird.
Praise be the dingus.
But
does the dingus have sexy times?
So the dingus. Well, let's get the description.
They said there's sex in this one. I'm concerned.
Hold on, I gotta get this.
So
oh yeah, so okay. The thing he rose on his 5 legs, waving its giant middle finger head thing as it scanned its surroundings. Okay. So we need to make a robot with a middle finger for a head.
Mm-hmm.
Hope I'm not gonna break some like terms and conditions for this. Okay, we need like a robot with 5 legs.
Just type in robot. It's a robot.
I think I'm gonna get more booze for this.
It's chicken. These are crap robots. This is a decent robot.
Well, so it's 5 legs, which to me means like a spider. So I think it's more, I just want a body and I'm just going to add legs. So I don't know if I need robot. I could just, you know what? We're going to use an air conditioner. Okay. Doesn't really stand out as an air conditioner. That one does.
That's an air conditioner.
Wait, I'm just going to look for machinery. There's blood everywhere, and it's fixing the Suncrest sounds like a neurodivergent person not understanding how ADHD ad works. So actually, the story has a reason why that's mentioned, or why it's done that way, and it makes sense. It's just that it takes. The whole story is them complaining about pizza toppings with interjections of why is this weird, and then it gets explained as it gets further towards the end. But it would be. Ooh.
That looks like a turbine of some sort.
And it's got textures on the bottom.
Look at that.
Yeah, I think I'll do that one. Okay, we'll do this. Okay, so this is going to be the body. Now we need to do some legs. Oh, I'm going to need to grab a boost.
All right.
I'm going to grab more. You good?
I mean, you didn't leave me much.
Here, like, not going anywhere. Stop.
I don't know what you're doing.
I feel like you've just gotten really efficient at loading derpies.
No.
I'm going to make a script that every time a derpy gets loaded, it just starts it on fire. I think there's actually a way to do that. I was going to make a Python script that made it so that I had a button I could hit that would just load in a derpy on fire screaming. Just like that. So you can just make like screaming derpies everywhere.
No, that would be upsetting that you would do that. Did you go through all the trouble?
Well, you just went and like merged her with a turbine.
She's part turbine now. You said you needed legs. The turbine has legs now. Oh, I was helping.
No.
Derpy head cannon. Yes.
In my head, I was seeing it like like a beam, like a big metal beam for the legs, because I wasn't seeing it as being
like spider legs,
like kind of like that but thinner. Like I'm just gonna build the legs.
You just take crackle, dye it metal color, and then like give it a big hand for a head.
No, it's just I want the ones that are hollowish.
My favorite derpy head canon is that Dinky is her daughter. Like that. That's a fairly popular head canon, but in my head, Dinky is Derpy's daughter. No one will ever tell me different.
These might work. Okay, so they're a little big though. So this is going to be Dingus body. This is Dingus leg 1.
He's doing some robot building. Just load up some Gary's mod and we'll have a robot building contest.
Robots Dingus, guys.
Yes.
That actually came out right. I thought I was gonna make like I thought it sounded different in my head. Oh, that's still way too long.
They do look very shit. Well, like the whole headcanon started because her initial name is was Ditsy Doo, and then Dinky Doo was the child's name. So people just like, it's her daughter, and I just like that headcanon. I am a fan of MLP, to be honest. Well, you know what? I think a lot of people here might be. Do you like My Little Pony? I don't know if you've seen it or not.
Me?
Yeah.
It's a thing.
Yeah. Kids today, they're all into Bluey. Robot versus Sweetie Bot. Aren't they both robots?
I think the new gen's been fine.
Hello, I am Sweetie Bot. It's like, hello, I am Robot. Are you also a robot? Yes, I am a robot. Beep boop, beep boop, beep. They both exploded. Because robots can't handle humor. They don't get it. And the moment they get close, they explode. Fact. Robot fact.
We can't. You already do ghost facts. We can't have robot facts too.
Well, robots are just bodies without ghosts. You put a ghost in a robot, it's a person. It's a robot ghost fact. If your toaster gets a soul, they get rights. You get to vote. So you know, keep an eye on those toasters. They start like, I don't know, how do you tell something has a soul? If they start putting like if they start taking the Oreos apart and just eating the cream and putting away the rest, then that's a pretty good indication. I mean, because what kind of monster would do that unless they had like some active sentience that was making them do something so awful? Well, you have a soul, you monster.
I what?
No, bed without sheets. They say they eat the cream and the Oreo, and then you eat the cookie. Okay, I forgive you for my mistake.
I kind of do the same thing too.
That's fine, but I grew up in a household where somebody ate the cream and then put the two cookie halves back in the cookie jar. Well, that's what I thought you said. What I grew up with. Someone in my house did that all the time. They would take the cream and they would take it off with their tongue. They wouldn't just take it off like with their finger or a utensil or something. They would eat the cream and then put the two halves back in the cookie jar. And if my mom was here right now, she would probably be like, well, I only did it because I like the cream. But it's nasty, Mom.
You can just buy marshmallow cream.
Yeah, she could, but she'd leave the other halves for the rest of us to eat. I don't want to eat her used cookies.
She might be a nice person, but if there's anything that's going to say going to hell.
Is eating the cream.
Yes.
And then not the rest of the cookie. That is terrible. Yes. It drove me insane. I didn't eat the cookies that often, but I definitely didn't want to eat the used cookies.
Though I think that cookies are the best part. The cream is an enhancer to the cookie.
She didn't even eat the cookie.
I know,
part.
but that's what's wrong. It's like eating. It's like I'm gonna have a salad and then drinking ranch dressing. I mean, come on.
I mean, they're used cookies. Yeah. She left used cookies for her children to eat. We were forced to eat used food. No, that's how I eat salad. Just plain lettuce and a cup of ranch. Oh, that's fine. So you had the ranch. Just don't eat the cup of ranch and nothing else. If it's just you tore off a chunk of iceberg lettuce or something and you put a bit of ranch on it, that's fine.
That's not. I always consider a great salad. Iceberg is
for a lunch.
Iceberg. If all your salad was iceberg and ranch,
I'd be happy.
It's just watered down ranch. Like iceberg has no nutritional value.
It's got a crunch. It's delicious. Lettuce is good.
I'm talking about a nutritional value. You're not going to feel like you ate anything. You're going to feel like you drank ranch dressing.
Yeah, at which point you
like spinach,
feel like you ate something.
Spinach or romaine has a lot more nutritional value. So you're going to...
So lettuce purist.
No, I do I do romaine as my main lettuce. I just buy like the full heart romaine hearts and call that good.
Just a bowl of croutons with ranch dressing on it. That's all you need.
I could probably do that though.
Yes.
But I've been wanting to try making my own croutons.
You mean stale bread?
It's
Chop up bread, leave it on the counter for a few days.
No, it's
Dry
not.
it out.
If you want to make really good ones, it's about how you season it and everything too. It's not just make it stale.
So
it's cooking in the oven, putting with garlic and all that stuff too. I mean, it's not difficult, but that's where you could probably make much better yourself with bread you're already going to throw away.
Sure.
Okay, I think I can't make it any bigger because it's just gonna. Well, I guess clipping's not really an issue, but
Like, there's no difference between like croutons to me and the breadcrumbs they sell for stuffing. They're essentially the same thing.
yeah, they're basically. Other than the croutons are probably gonna just have a little bit of like
They're a bit
salt
drier, I
and
guess.
garlic and stuff mixed
Well, so
in.
does the stuffing stuff.
Yeah.
And they just relabel the same thing.
No, when I do salads, I do romaine lettuce, and then I'll get like onions, the little tiny tomatoes, broccoli, carrots, and some croutons. I usually, if I'm doing salads, normally I wouldn't add a meat just because it tends to be the most expensive part then.
When I do salads, I get lettuce, shredded cheese, tomato, tortilla chips, and taco meat. And I make a salad. Nothing better than a taco salad. Then I pour on the ranch dressing. It's like, no.
I do actually Caesar for mine, only because in terms of salad dressings, Caesar is one of, for the flavor that I'm looking for, Caesar is the lowest sugar. Then like ranch has a lot of sugar to it. French has a lot of sugar to it. Vinaigrette tends to be low, but I don't like vinaigrette. So
like bacon bits?
I don't want any bacon bits to my salads.
That's good. But if you had some.
I mean, if I had some and they were right there, yeah, hell yeah, I'll throw it on. At work, I'll throw it on when I make salads at work.
Bacon's good on everything.
At work, we also have the little dried onions.
The fried ones?
Yeah.
Mm. But if they're not French's onions, you don't think they're good.
Well, no, not for specifically for hot dish. Hot dish and salad are not the same thing.
Yes, one of them is actually food. He's not gonna let me eat the hot dish next time he makes it.
No, I haven't wanted you forever, but you keep eating it anyway.
Keep stealing it. Speaking of baking, I found bacon spam tonight at the store. I'm gonna try it tomorrow. I mean, isn't
Bacon
it already
spam?
pork?
Or is it spam with bacon?
How do you make it more pork?
Because they just add whatever flavoring to make it taste like bacon. Just
Bacon
because.
tastes like pork.
Okay, then just why eat bacon? Just eat pork.
I do.
No bacon.
If you cut it thin, it just becomes Canadian bacon.
Yeah, but then it changes the flavor.
It just changes the fat content. If you fried normal ham,
Bacon tends to be much higher fat content
Yes.
than regular pork.
yes, but if you just fry any ham in fat, it's going to taste like bacon.
No.
No. Where's the fifth leg on the gonna go? It's a good question.
Yeah, coming right at his face.
Oh, it's boring.
No, Michael.
What? That's what everybody was wondering.
I was thinking about having it come out the back, but if I do that, then that sounds closer to normal.
I saw the tags on this fic. One of them clearly said Ludi McLood. So this is a lewd fic. And the picture should match. You're right there, Ludi.
Why sex a tag?
Because have you not read it?
Can't remember.
It's probably very lewd.
It is all over the place.
Apparently, this thing.
If you use innuendos, you have to still put that tag.
Okay, well,
so sometimes
this
just that
thing that you're creating manages some Ludi McLude time. I don't know how I'm going to feel about that.
Well, wait. You said it was. Yes. And then now you're like,
well, it clearly says Ludi McLude time on the fic. I saw it. We all saw it. Look at that. Look at that thing you got. Oh no. I'm giggling. Poor horsies. It's rated T though. Is it rated T? Okay.
Yeah.
How can you have? Okay, I guess it's because of innuendos, like you said. It's confusing. Confusing world.
Actually, this probably needs a 35 lens.
The taste of bacon is the carcinogens that are killing you. Delicious.
Maybe have this leg like come out of the. Oops, they're not locked. Come out like on the top.
It's not really a leg if it's in the top, though, is it?
Michael, this story makes absolutely no sense. I don't think I'm going to worry about where the leg goes.
Well, legs shouldn't, like, they support you. If they don't, they're arms.
Michael, this one,
arm.
This one has the phrase. Spike fell out of the storage bin around his eye. Well, he looked at the heap of metal in the center of the room. Oh, okay, that's nice, Twilight. Goodbye forever now. Spike proceeded to dematerialize. This is now a Spike abuse story. And he never appears in the story again.
Everybody will cheer.
Okay, now Spike. We need...
I don't hate... Nobody hates Spike, but it's fun to kick Spike.
Need a hand.
Spike's the football, the MLP series. He's just fun to kick around.
I love Spike. He deserves love and care.
Does he? What did he do to earn it?
Are you Tom Spiegel? I feel like they're the only person that loves Spike.
That's from Fallout.
Oh, I don't have that enabled. Hold on. Let me fix that. Part of my process was to open that up afterwards, and I didn't. So just give me a sec.
You got to tell him no smooching, because I think he's going to try to ship him with this robot.
No, it'll pop up. Just give it a sec. The software takes a minute.
Booting up the no smooching device. It's the only thing you got on here is no smooching. There you go.
There you go.
It was Spike as a child. He deserves love. If he deserves love, then why did his parents abandon him to a
who knows? The ponies could have robbed it.
They could have robbed it, and then the first thing Celestia did was put this unborn child life in the hand of a child, a 10-year-old, doing experimentation.
That part definitely I had some problem with. Yes,
Celestia just had a pile of shit.
I don't know. Technically, that 8-year-old's the mom now. Technically,
she's like the big sister.
No, she gave birth.
Kinda. She did.
She's a big mama.
Egg.
Or little mama.
But I like the idea that they just had a pile of junk for students to practice their magic on in the corner, and Spike's egg was one of the things in the pile. You're making a 12-year-old. I don't even think she was 12. She was 8.
Oh yeah, she was young.
She was super young. She'd barely just learned basic magic. And they even said she learned it pretty early in life. She was all talented and stuff. But, no, that, so at what point was Spike loved? Because it certainly wasn't before he was born. I do. There was kind of a point where Spike did "You're not my real mom" to Twilight, which was a heartbreaking moment. And all the more reason he doesn't deserve love. you would enjoy it. Like if you got nothing else to do and you want to smile, watching the G4 episodes you haven't watched yet is a surefire way to get some grins on one's face. He says I have a very specific grin when it comes to watching Pony.
He was watching Pony Life.
It was so sad.
And every time I came inside, he had the same stupid grin on his face. And he's
doing it, you're being happy.
Anytime there's horse, Michael has this same face.
It's called joy.
I don't think I can reverse do that. But, oh, okay. But I can do... No, I can't do that. Okay, well, we're just going to have to...
Michael's brain is shaped like horse. Yes. I believe that's probably true. Mayfair. We did not. Though I think there are some loose plans to go next year.
Well, I think Michael has specifically stated such because it's Mayfair.
Plans.
It's Mayfair. Michael has plans because I have no idea why he didn't go this year.
Well, I didn't think anyone else in our group was going, and then I found out Jay was going. They'll go. Jay tends to disappear and stuff, so I'd want somebody from our group to also go. And no one is so far already down there, so like there's a reason.
I might, because I like checking out some new ones, but after Cider Fest, I'm going to be removing a lot of the stuff I'll submit. So,
yeah.
I mean,
But when was the last time you went to Florida?
But it depends. I don't know. Does, I was in Florida when I was 19.
So,
19.
A century ago.
Actually, half my life ago. Yes. No, I might, if they're gonna still do one again, I might.
Yeah. I don't know.
But I would like to take an extra day or so to do some stuff outside the con or something, because I feel like that time with friends is more fun. But when we do
want to go Disney World?
No, that's an expensive and like much longer amount of days you would need.
Go to the beach.
I've been to that coast. It was 50 degrees, but whatever.
Go play with the dolphins.
No, we'll see. Because have they even announced next year?
No, I don't know. I haven't been paying that close attention.
Because I feel like every con, like seeing how some of the news on Everfree has been recently, that there's a lot of the cons had some very expensive last years, and I have no idea. So we'll see.
I mean, the thing with Mayfair is they don't invite like show guests.
They don't invite show guests. Yep. But if I go, I'm not doing anything SFM. That's my one rule. I don't mind putting in some fun panels, but no SFM.
You will be required though to say mares when other people start saying mares, as if you're all.
I'm gonna yell stallions, and then definitely have to pull out my knife to protect myself.
Because you have to realize what it appears to be is a bunch of me's at a pony convention.
Yeah, that's what I think is funny, is that between all the different games that have come out, whatever, it is literally just you.
You did drop in to watch me a little bit, and
yeah, because you were talking shit about me and pumpkins.
Well, yeah, because Nolan said he was eating some pumpkin soup, and I mentioned, Argo doesn't like pumpkins because he's weird, and so yeah, this is a fact. You don't know how middle fingers work?
No, I'm trying to think, because you can't actually put your middle finger up like this.
Stallion's current objectives.
Your front finger, your pointer fingers has to go up a little bit with it.
Does it?
Yeah. Like I can't. I can't. The best I can do is if I hold it with my finger, I can. Yeah, you're holding it with your thumb, though. Well, don't hold your thumb.
No. Because then I can't do it.
I know, that's why.
Do this. There. What? No. There. It's hard. You practice that too much.
Yes, actually. Because I know very few people can do that without conscious thought. So it's like the cool peace sign.
Oh, look at that.
Wow, you bent a joint.
Yeah. A joint you can't bend.
Hold on. I have an image for you. I remember to ensure Michael in the event he gets eaten by a gator. I've told him before that he can definitely put me as the beneficiary on his life insurance, but he refuses.
No, it's my sister.
Michael, if Argo gets eaten instead, I dibs on my. No, Michael's pony collection is bigger than mine. I don't know
about that. I think yours is actually a little bigger than mine still. You just have it all in storage.
Because all the places I want to put stuff, I don't have up yet.
You definitely have more pictures, and I think you have just as many plushies.
I could put up a shelf right there, and like then another one below it, and just put a bunch of stuff there, whatever. But there's still things I need to do in here. But I've been focusing on other rooms.
You just haven't bought anything recently because you're all like, I need to buy things. It's ponies things.
No, it's because every time I go to the horse conventions,
it's the same stuff.
It's the same crap.
That's another reason to go to Mare Fair. Because like they have different vendors.
Sometimes there's art that makes me go, ooh, that's kind of new and different, or that I like. But otherwise, it feels like it's different, but only by such a slight margin. And after the amount of time that I had, everything has fallen to that art error margin now.
Yeah.
To where everything feels the same.
I wouldn't mind the same people over and over again if they had new stuff, but they never do. It's like they did all of their art 8 years ago, and they've been just trying to sell that same art for 8 years. Yeah,
but then the conventions are inviting the same people over and over again
because they become friends with them.
Yeah,
that's why.
And so
they know that they do that in part for their livelihoods. So they have a hard time.
But so I that's why I just don't care about. Every now and then I'll buy something, but it's usually like I needed a new bottle opener, so I bought a bottle opener. I think I will move the front to the back because then I can move the middle finger in the head.
I mean, there is certain. I love the fact that I know some of the vendors so well, but if you're going to keep inviting the same people, make sure they have new stuff.
Yeah,
and don't then tell them.
And even the people that were the most inventive, that came up with the most unique things, have found a niche within that random thing that now they're just making more of that same thing. Like I thought, like My Little Ties makes some really cool like laser cut stuff, but now that's all he does. So everything I look at now has just become, it's more laser edge stuff. Where none of it I actually need. Like, oh yeah, those coins are cool, but what the hell am I going to do with it? Yeah. I have wanted to get because my work used to give little challenge coins, because work in defense, to certain program stuff, but they don't really do that anymore since COVID. And originally I wanted to get like one of those coin display things because I have some of the ones from a Kickstarter from Expanse. So I have a challenge coins for all the different nations within the Expanse. I have some from work. You can get the horse ones. I'm like, that'd be kind of cool. Like have a little coin display rack. But then my work stopped doing it. So I'm like, well, I don't want to vest in this like coin thing and then never have coins to put in there.
Right.
Yeah, they used to do at work every Christmas. You would get like a new one for work, and they just haven't done it since COVID, and it's kind of sad because they're really cool. They were like full metal, and they were like that big around, chunky, like you could have heard somebody throwing at them.
I'm definitely going to go to Cider Fest looking to make poor financial decisions with pony stuff, but if I don't see anything new, I'm probably not going to buy anything.
Yeah, like plushes is. They're nice, but I have enough, and I'm not going to. And I'm like, what? I don't know what I would do with it anymore. There's some little things that I do like and that are neat, but I think on average, I will spend $20 at the vendor halls now.
If you buy like 4 times more plushies than you currently have, you can throw out your bed, and then just lay all the plushies out, and that can be your new bed.
I feel like vendors need to art is fine, new art. But they really need to start exploring things. Like it feels like everybody I'm like, I've seen that for the last 6 years.
Yes.
And I understand that there's a lot of work and goes into it, and maybe they do like commissions now, so that they, maybe that's a more cost effective way to do it, but you're sacrificing something else then.
Yeah. I think I was a little disappointed. Me plus you, big plushie artist in the fandom, they had a booth at Galacon, but they weren't displaying any of their stuff. They were basically just saying, here's where you can get commissions. And that was their booth. They didn't have anything for sale, which doesn't surprise me with them because they probably have commissions backed up for the next year. But
yeah,
still, I wanted to see some of their stuff. Their stuff's amazing.
Well, that is the other thing too. If there's other people that are, because they spend a lot of time growing to learn what they do, and there's a lot of other people that are trying to get to that point, but everybody focuses so much on the old school people that they ignore the new people. And then you're taking all these people that if you were to give them the breadth and the room to grow, they would definitely be as good or not better than some of the people that have been there forever. But nobody wants to give up what they have. Yeah. They don't want to invest in the new people because they like the old people.
They've gotten to know the old people. It'd be like me trying to tell, I don't know, like Giz, if he had like a table at my convention that I wasn't going to give him a spot this year because we needed somebody new. I couldn't do that to him. He's a friend. It doesn't matter if we really need someone new. It's like I couldn't do that to him. It would not be within me. That's a cute outfit. You should put it on that horse.
Wait, this is a cute, like the middle finger mobile?
No. That is
to be honest, I won't be going to another Merit Fair. There were a lot of bad things about it. Yeah, well, it was more adult focused, so you're definitely going to run into some things that you might not want as much, for sure.
I don't know.
And I think you would agree with me. I've been to Cider Fest now for 7 different years. I've been to Winnie City for over 5. I've been to Everfree 3 times. I've been to BabsCon 3 times. Was at BronyCon 5 times. I've seen a lot of the same cons. So anything that's different in some way isn't a bad thing. It's nice to be able to have something that kind of does a forced mix up.
I don't know. All I know is I feel like Nolan and Silver could give us more insight in their Merit Fair, but they left early. They said it wasn't the con. They said it was the hotel.
Yeah, the con was the hotel was being a butt.
But I don't know. I did hear it attracted a certain kind of people that could be a little bit obnoxious.
It was 4chaners and stuff. So yes, you're going to definitely get that. But most of the cons I go to, like BronyCon, whatever, there's always been a group that's been really, really annoying, but
when it goes to being the group and it's like 3/4 the convention, that could be a bit much. Yeah,
but that's where I spend most of the time hanging out with friends anyway, so I ignore that whole side of things. I do what I need to do, and then I tend to go, like, I'm either vendor hall, running a panel, or in hotel room. So because if I'm wandering too much in the other areas, I can get a lot of, especially if it's a new con, I'll have a lot of people coming up and asking questions, and depending on what that is, I may not want to. So I tend to stay away from that. The reason I didn't like it was that there was a bunch of folks who were iffy. There was a dude who had a giant. Okay, yeah. So
basically, just promoting Nazi wars.
Some people are going to do it because it's memey. They're going to do it because they want the attention from it, and they're just children. If you give them the attention, if you call it out, then that just accepts the things that they're doing. But if they
normalize it either.
No, but if they literally get nobody to pay attention to them at all, they're not going to go do it again. They're doing it because they want people to say something. But the con should also then just have a rule against it, and then voila, you're done.
Probably should, yes.
But usually
they don't get the attention they want, and you don't normalize it at the same time.
Normally, it's a lot easier.
Really the con.
It's a lot easier to do that though if it's child friendly, because you can say, well, we can't do this because that doesn't fit in this demographic. But as soon as you open it up to everything, I can see that there would definitely be difficulty enforcing that rule.
Yeah, but you should still have the rule.
I know, but where do you draw the line on it?
Don't normalize Nazis for one.
I know, but then where do you like Nazis is a very specific thing,
so
but then there's things that you could say could be categorically put within that, and then where do you draw the line? Because are you going to just list everything?
Yes, that's how rules work. They tend to come in lists.
But then what if somebody decides to just invent something that's outside of that?
That would be up to the con.
Yeah, well, then that's why now it's a gray area. So it comes down to being weird.
The argument that we should have no rules because...
No, I'm saying that those cons, it's really easy to make the rules when you say it's child friendly.
Yeah.
Because child friendly gives you a huge group that you can just say all together, no, that's not child friendly, and kick it out. Once you say it's adult oriented, well, now you start having to nitpick a bit more.
Just no 4chaners.
Well, then that con would have like 5 people.
I'd be there. I've never touched the website. I fall in love with ponies because of sprays on TF2 and people in chat with pony icons. Back in the good old days where you could not go on a server of any video game where there wasn't at least 1 or 2 people with pony icons. Ponies was the shit.
But it was because people wanted the attention. They wanted people to call them out for having it. As soon as it lost that that factor of like, this is a weird thing, they all left.
But I didn't want that. I just want to hug a horse.
Yeah, see, you were there for other weird reasons.
No, just let me hug a horse. That's all I want. Well, you buy the plushies, and then you can only buy so many until you realize none of them are real, and they can't hug you back. And then you get sad again. Then you drink. Yay, booze.
You're still in your first booze. What's going on?
No, I need a second booze. It's like you haven't drank nearly enough to be this sad. Go drink more booze. Be right back.
Adult friendly will ensure someone will show up with a dildo. Well, okay, so could they? Yes. But I think this one was the first year. People are gonna like definitely go the extra mile to make sure that it's cringy. But if the majority of the people that went there looking for one thing didn't get that, then they don't go the next year. So eventually they'll start putting certain rules in place to ensure that they can optimize the people that could potentially go there. So if you're starting to anger a large a portion that would have made up a difference on your paying for your bills, well, you're going to start knocking off the other people. Or if that's ends up being the norm to have stuff like that, then that's just the one you don't go to.
Yeah.
So it comes down to if there's a large enough audience that wants that kind of thing, well, then sure, represent, but doesn't mean you have to.
Yeah, places like that tend to not stick around super long. Or if they do, it's because
you'll get the niche people, but they go there because it was fun and it was weird. But if everybody is being that weird, then it's not. They want to be weird to the normal people. Yes. But if everybody's weird, then it's not that fun to them anymore.
Right. It's always that thin line where you don't want to give them attention, but at the same time, you can't let them normalize their behavior. So that's always like type.
But if the con will let it work. If that ends up being what the con wants to become, there's no problem with that. But they're just going to lose every other attendee doesn't want to be a part of that, and that doesn't have to be you. So then
my
that's
concern
fine.
is impressionable use. But
you're not going to go there and then go, oh wow, what's going on in this location? I guess I'll drop $60 to walk in that door.
What are you talking about? When I was in my 20s, especially in my early 20s, that's exactly what I would have done. Like, what's this crazy weird stuff? I want to be a part of that.
So how many weird like TF2 fetish servers were you on? Apparently,
if only.
Yeah. We're gonna drop our eyes a little bit more.
She's riding it. She's off like into battle.
Yep. And you know what she's doing battle with?
That middle finger.
Quesadillas.
Really?
They attack I believe they attack a Taco Bell.
It's amazing. It's like, you gotta stop them. They're too cheesy. I did like a comic of her why she dislikes quesadillas, and it just shows her eating a quesadilla with a first edition book she got from the library. It was super special, and then she gets cheese all over the book. So she was traumatized.
That's the official reason?
No, that's just a fan comic that I thought. Now that's my headcanon for why she hates them. She apparently also is terrified of ladybugs.
Yeah. No, that was definitely an official thing. Okay. I'm going to go use the restroom real quick. Michael.
I'm not... Careful now. Don't die.
Hold on.
What'd you do? Oh, I do that all the time. Except yours having plugs. That's fancy.
Uh-huh.
Can I come back? How you guys all doing? Oops. Oops, indeed. Having a con when I was younger, around 8 or 10. Good idea. I like good ideas. What? Pretty sure this is how you left it. No smooching. What do you mean no smooching? There's no smooching. Your headset okay?
Hold on. There we go.
Okay, good.
I wasn't getting right speaker. I thought you were going to have her pooping.
It's behind the
still not working. I thought this one was a screw attached, but apparently it's not. It's also the 2.5 millimeter, which is also really weird.
Oh wow, that's a super tiny one, isn't it?
So yes, it's a 2.5. Okay, now I got it.
No sunset.
All right, so she's on her whatever machine. Okay, I still need like room for the text. So I'm okay with putting it like here, but then like where do you put the text? I think I can put it down below. I think that's the best way to do it, but I think I might move some of the legs because I want to make sure you can at least see there's 5, and right now it's 1, 2. Like these two are kind of obscure. Okay, so that should help with that one. Actually, I don't need that. I just do this one. Okay, that makes that one easier to see. And then same thing here. Okay. That good enough.
Ooh.
All right, then what do we put in the background?
No, a Taco Bell on fire?
I don't want to put a Taco Bell. That'd be a lot of work.
Any building on fire?
Anything I put to make sure that she's in focus, I would have to have blurred out, and then you wouldn't be able to see what it is. If I had to choose anything,
you could just use a picture of a Taco Bell on fire.
It probably exists,
yeah,
but
almost certainly.
No, I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to do. I'm going to keep it simple.
How is that not simple?
No, it just lost the ear again. I pulled that cord out so many times. I've been waiting for this headset to die.
That's why I had to replace my headset a few. I
just have to replace this cable because like it's even breaking part of it.
I definitely do not have a spare one of those.
Yeah, 2.5s are. It's a stereo. No, this is not stereo. This is triple. It's got 3 levels. It's because it's got for a microphone.
Yeah, that's a tricky one.
I have other headphones. I just don't have any that have a microphone.
Well, you have so many microphones. Why do you even need a headset with a microphone?
Because all my microphones are hooked up to a whole separate computer.
Well, you had to go and be fancy with it.
I think I just need to. I don't need audio right now. I think I just need to just get a replacement on the cable and it'd be fine. I actually have a wireless headset that has a better microphone and you can do it wired and it actually lets you like dual audio, like 2 different audio streams into one. It's nifty. I got it. And I still use this one. I just like this one. It's comfy.
So you could just have that in the background.
Yeah, but again, it's going to be so blurred you're not even going to know what it is.
Not to be blurred.
No. It's going to be blurred because I have to have her stand out.
Yeah.
So if I have that with enough detail, where do I put the title, Taco Bell title?
That's a pretty good
name?
Taco Bell.
Yeah, but again, I have to blur the background because I need her to stand out.
Why did so many Taco Bells catch fire?
Somebody needed to poop. And you know they got them Taco Bell hot sauce. Oh, you know what?
Taco Bells.
I gotta buy that again. I've been getting like the Cholula, whatever hot sauce, but one of my favorite hot sauces is just buying the bottled hot sauce from Taco Bell.
And it's specifically Taco Bell.
Yeah, you can buy it in stores in bottles.
I do like Taco Bell's mild.
Not their mild. They're not like Diablo doesn't taste good.
Yeah, but
their hot sauce, that's good.
There's something nostalgic for me about mild Taco Bell hot sauce. I ate so much of it. Like one taco when I was a kid got 2 packs of mild hot sauce per taco.
Why would you mild?
Because I am a fragile child.
Like, no, their hot sauce is to me the best balance between flavor and spice. It's not too spicy. It has a good kick, but it tastes good.
You used to,
yeah. So
at a certain point, you're gonna stop tasting the food.
The Diablo sauce is fine. It just doesn't taste good. It's spicy, but it's like. To me, it's a flavor and a spice thing, and to me, hot sauce is the perfect balance between what I want for both. Where Diablo is more spicy, but then it's less flavor or it covers up some of the flavor, and it could be just maybe the amount of hot sauce that I eat. If I'm really into hot sauce to where I burnt out all the taste buds in my mouth, well, maybe I would taste something different from it. Or if maybe mixing in the Diablo with a little bit of the hot sauce. I say hot because it's the hot is the name, but it's also hot sauce.
You don't want to listen to music out of one ear.
It's just it throws me off.
Yeah.
So it's not for me that it's playing; it's for them. So
well, now you got to live in my world with no music. You can actually hear me now, which is probably awful.
No, I can hear you too. These are pass through.
No.
There's 2 versions of that exact same headset, and one of them is to close everything off. But this one, there's little like vents on the side. Mm. They're open because it's a full pass through of regular audio, so it's not like replaying the audio in; it's just letting it through. So it's not sound isolating anyway. So no, I can hear you just the same as sitting or not.
Mm-hmm. It's a toilet horse. Does she wear socks in the story? I'm not saying you have to put socks on her. I just want to know if this is story accurate or not.
accurate.
Yeah, like if she's wearing socks in the story, she should be wearing socks in the picture.
She's not wearing socks.
Are you sure? Does it say specifically that she's not wearing socks?
What you're implying is that the default Twilight has socks.
Yes. Absolutely.
Nope.
Well, you should just take her wings away too.
No, she spent more time with wings than not. So the default Twilight is now with wings.
I just heard a brony somewhere go
No,
I'm still angry.
She got wings in like season 3.
Yeah. End of season 3.
She spent 3, 4, or 2/3 of the series with wings. It is who she is now. You may not like it, but this is peak horse.
Not my Twilight.
You may not like it, but this is peak horse.
No, it's true. I like corn horse. They get to be all young and stuff, and they get tall. They can eat like all the Big Macs they want because they're so big.
Wait, she eats Big Macs?
Well, yeah. Well, not that Big Mac. I don't think.
No, that's
Maybe.
what you said.
She might have.
I feel like I need an adult now.
No, because that would be amazing if you were growing that big. You could eat whatever you want the entire time.
Celestia did too, and you saw what happened with her.
She ate like an entire cake, like a day.
Well, she ate one whole cake.
It's true. Like, I feel like Celestia took advantage a little bit of her ability to just eat like a horse.
She is a horse.
Yeah, well, she took it too far, and now she got the big rump. Which bronies are like to point out.
Some people learn weird things. There's a couple fics and I was looking through
weird shit.
There's a couple of fics and I was reading through, and I'm like, wow, this is definitely just somebody having like a weird fetish and wanting a story of it.
Well, when the art designer for G5 brought up that there was specific discussions to make their butt smaller than in G4 because they didn't want the bronies getting excited by 3D butts, which I think is hilarious.
Who said that?
The art designer, what's her name? It starts with an I. Help design the characters for G5.
The problem is you can be like, wow, if they're really big, people really like this in really weird ways. We need to make them smaller. And then you're going to get the small butt audience going, ooh. So it doesn't matter.
They essentially have dog butts.
You're going to...
It's a little disappointing.
Somebody's going to get something out of it.
Dogs don't have butts. They don't. They just have legs. That's what the G5 ponies have.
They have legs?
Just legs.
That's good because legs are important.
I am imagining a dog now, which is a giant butt. Are you imagining it? He is now.
You're imagining Paw Patrol. Okay.
No, not Paw Patrol.
No, I'm thinking that's kind of what you were doing.
I'm thinking like a Labrador, just
Why? Okay, you're just over here imagining dogs now. I thought you were in a horror.
Posteriors. Because it's funny.
Michael's admitting some truths.
No. It's sad. No, it's... I feel like, yes, I want to say it's sad that they made that decision, but I feel like that admits to too much. They should have just left those poor horsies alone.
I need that.
I think at this point Hasbro's made pretty clear that they would prefer that the brony community kind of just go away.
No, because it still makes them money.
Yes, but they don't want
to. They would like it to go away as long as they still pay money,
yes.
Which they just.
They want everything else that comes with it to go away.
Yeah.
They want to be able to go back to just like selling these toys to children and nobody giving a crap whether or not they do well.
I don't know. Early on, they definitely leaned into it.
Mm-hmm. And then the CEO of Hasbro died.
Yeah, but it led to they poked the fire and then looked at their flaming stick they pulled out and said, "Whoa, wait. They caused it."
Well, there was a different CEO that died right before the end of G4. And the guy who took over, I've been on this rant before, but I firmly believe...
You going on rants?
I firmly believe if he was still alive today, the ponies' butts, they would still have their butts.
Why do they...
I believe
Wait,
this.
I feel like the reason that they stopped it is because of you.
He's specific.
No. It's just like, you're like, I need the big butts.
No, but they were the ones going consciously, we need to get rid of the butts.
Why does it matter?
To them?
No, why does it matter to you?
Why did it matter to them?
No, but no, you're diverting.
I'm just saying, maybe they shouldn't have mattered to them. And then the ponies would have their butts.
The ponies do have butts.
They do not.
You just want different butts.
butts.
And now you know why. It's like, why would they remove those butts? Oh. Yeah.
Didn't take your ponies' butts away. Just saying.
I didn't know I had butts to be taken away.
They used to wobble. They did stop wobbling.
I
Different
think they've
models.
improved, yes.
You mean improved in increased wobble or decreased wobble?
In not annoyingly wobbling. Problem I had before was they wobbled way too much.
They would try to escape.
Yeah, they did.
Amazing.
Well, no, they would hit a resonance.
I do remember
to where they would just like in sitting there, they would just keep wobbling.
I do remember specifically the video when you were animating with the reenactment of the Rainbow Dash in the chair, rocking back and forth while Twilight like did talking or whatever, trying to teach her. That one specifically, for whatever reason, Twilight's behind was just going off the rails, and I could not stop giggling.
Oh, during stream.
During stream, yes.
I was gonna say it wasn't.
Before you baked it, it was just like she was like trying to teach Rainbow a lesson, and her butt was just whoa, 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 like a piston in an engine. It's amazing. Lots of giggles. You guys enjoyed this conversation? Does this not entertain you?
Anything? Michael just wants to talk about horse butts.
Very fulfilling topic. Maybe you should just have a Taco Bell sign up in the background. Just the sign.
No, because it's on these stories from this author, like every paragraph jumps completely in random directions. So it's Taco Bell's brought up as a part of it. If I made that the focus, it wouldn't make as much sense. The dingus. This is the dingus. That one's pretty consistent. So we'll leave that one in there.
I don't like the butt wiggles. Well, that's like your opinion, man. No, you're fine. It's great. We're all having fun.
I'm going to make fun of you, but then I'm going to pull back on it.
Like a Daily Show correspondent. They mastered that art. Boom, boom, boom. Twilight. Where did the dingus come from? I want to know its backstory.
There is none.
It can't have such an amazing character without an amazing backstory. I can't believe Michael hates his fans. No, I love
he does. No, everyone. He's always done it. You're just figuring that out now.
No, you guys are all amazing, and I want to see you every day.
Then why aren't you streaming every day?
Because I'm tired.
Okay, well then you don't want to see them every day. I want to see you every day, except for like most days.
I'm like an elderly grandmother in a retirement home, right? I want to see my kids and I want to see my grandkids. But if they showed up every day, I'd be dead in a week. I mean, there's no way I would survive that. I do not have the energy. I am old and dying. You put me here for a reason. No.
You're here because you wanted to be here. I never said, hey,
Nobody
Michael, do you want to pop up on stream? No, you literally pulled up a chair and were like, I'm here now.
No, that wasn't the case. Initially.
Okay, then why are you still here?
We're going back to the apartment. I was watching you from the other room, and you're like, what are you doing? Just come in here. And I never left.
No. She's standing at the golden fingertip.
She's like, oh.
She's blind.
True. But she's seen the finger of God. And it's like, God has fingers? I was told God had hooves. God created a horse, and then he's like, wow, these are better. And then now God is a horse. Celestia doesn't like what's going on. It's idol worship. She will not have it. I don't know if they ever bring up any other kind of would you say that love around Celestia is closer to, is it a religion? Or is it just like subjects who love their monarch, or is it somewhere in between? I feel like it's somewhere in between. Like they certainly never suggest that Celestia is the creator of all things.
It's one thing if you
she's definitely a sun god.
It's a religion where the god you're worshiping is literally in front of you and can perform the feats in front of you.
But the history of, she didn't create the sun.
No, she didn't create the sun, but she controls it. And like when they talk about the sun gods of different religions, they don't talk about the creator of the sun. They talk about the ruler of the sun.
Or that the sun is a god is often the case too. But like in the history of the equestrian, blah, 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 like the sun existed before the Celestia did, and the unicorns moved it. But it was very, very.
Where did it come from?
Them. They never explained that.
But if they moved it for say like 500 years, she's been doing it for 1,000.
Well, they could only move
for all that matters in terms of like a people is what did your parents and their parents show them?
Yeah.
You care nothing about that otherwise. You were raised into a society that saw that she was like a goddess.
Yes.
So then that's what it's going to be.
She's essentially worshipped as a god, I feel. Celestia, but Celestia is not evil, so it works out. Yeah, right? Like a monarch who actually wanted what's best for her people and nothing else, who could live forever.
She would have been overthrown, not because if you were looking at the position of a human society, she would have been overthrown at some point because it wouldn't have mattered how good she is. Somebody else would have wanted that power.
Yes, but they did try. Sombra tried.
Yeah, and then she murdered all of them using her subjects
relentlessly.
Yeah.
No, she killed Sombra.
No, she didn't.
She tried.
Somebody else killed Sombra. She let other people do it, so then she could just wipe her hands clean and say she's the innocent one.
She was. No, there's definitely somebody she killed or went after.
Luna,
personally. Yeah, she did take out her sister straight up. No, but there were forces that tried, but they did say she ruled over 1,000 years of peace after Luna was banished, or 1,000 moons of peace, however the heck long that is. No, if you could give me an eternal monarch who actually wanted what was good for their people, and what's in it for greed or power?
What's good for a people is who are the people? Who's the one that defines what people are?
I'm saying somebody who isn't in it for their own personal greed and power.
Yeah, but figuring
out what people want, that can be difficult. You won't always succeed, but if that is always your objective and your only objective, it's probably better than anything else.
But you can say that, but eventually it's those people that aren't feeling that they are represented correctly that will take power. I mean, America, we go back and forth between everything because somebody gets a benefit, but then the other group feels taken advantage of. So then they gain the advantage to where then they take over, and then it goes the other way, and it just
I've always
we're in this
felt
like
like the
thing.
back and forth in America is due more so to complacency than anything. Like there, one group or another isn't like switching sides. It's just that when you're in power, you get complacent, and then you don't care as much.
It's people will go and vote a lot more when they think that what they have is at threat.
Yes.
They want to defend what they have, but the moment that they have what they need, they're not going to go and defend it.
Yeah, they get complacent.
Yeah, and then so then they lose that much. It's not about getting more people to the other side. It's just that now they're the vocal minority or majority.
Well, I don't know that minority or majority. Like, it doesn't change sides. It's just, again, it's just one side gets complacent when they have what they want. Really, what it just boils down to. Like, oh, things have been going fine for these last 4 8 years. Why do I care to vote? And then you're like, oh no. Why?
My pension.
Pension? People still have pensions? Ugh. I know you probably do.
I don't.
Really?
No, that my work. I got in there a little late for that. Not a little, a lot late.
Oof. Well, no matter who you vote for, U.S. has very little control over gas prices. Like
yeah, but they're going to make it sound like they do.
Well, one side or the other is going to make it sound like they do, yes. Like gas prices at the pump, the only thing the U.S. government can do is release the reserves, and that is not something you want to do a lot of. It's only going to affect it maybe $0.50 at most. No, that's more of the just international oil market. That's the entire world. America pays less because we produce more of our own oil, but yeah. We must seize all the oil fields. I don't know, man. Well,
The means of production.
one of my coworkers, he just got an electric car, and I think that thing is spiffy.
No, I like electric cars. It's just if you have a working car, even spending gas is more efficient.
Yes.
Just to delay it as long as possible.
I think my boss, he was like, I'm not looking forward to changing the battery. That's going to be like $8,000. And then I told him what I was paying to get my radiator fixed. And my other, I'm like, electric cars don't have radiators. They don't need oil. They're just a battery and an electric engine.
And the battery is usually warranted for like 10 years.
Yeah, he had a 100,000-mile warranty on the battery.
Yeah, no, you're good for a while.
Great. And by the time you do need to replace it, you know how much far battery tech's going along. When you finally do need to replace it, what you're going to put in that battery 10 years later is going to be way better than the original battery.
If it's compatible.
Oh, it would be.
Battery tech's changing pretty
so
quick.
fast. So that kind of,
but in a good and bad way.
If I was certain I could get a battery with the newer tech in it 10 years from now in my car that I would buy today, I'd get an electric car tomorrow.
If my car was gone.
Yes.
If I literally my car as it was would be more expensive to fix than would be worth to pay, then yes, I would go either plug-in hybrid or electric.
Never having to worry about, I don't want to.
No, you're going to have to worry about trying to figure out how to pay me.
For gas?
For electric.
Oh, electric. No, I could get a monitor.
Yeah, but then that's more cost. And then the plug-in for it.
That expensive.
If you want, unless you want to,
they come with the plugins.
The normal plugins, but if you want to get one that does a faster charge,
I don't think I would need it, honestly. According to coworker, it's draft. He got an electric car.
Yeah, I knew it was draft.
Yes, he got the stage 1, came with the car, and he says,
"Why did he go in? Does his car work?
Huh?
Did his car work before?
Yeah, he went electric.
Oh, okay, so he's one of those people.
Yeah,
that I want to save the environment by tossing away a perfectly good vehicle. Yeah,
but he never has to worry about oil. He never has to worry about the radiator crapping out. He never has to worry about a combustion engine takes way more wear and tear over time than electric. It's just better. And it is incredibly tempting. It's not even about saving the environment. It's about not having to deal with a lot of the crap that comes with combustion vehicles.
Thing is, I haven't had to, like, I've had some problems.
And your car is stupid.
I have a Honda.
I know.
They just last literally forever.
They do. My old Honda, it lasted until the whole body just finally gave out. And even then, it was still driving down the road. Even as the body just started crawling.
Oh, I know what I'm looking at.
It kept going.
I'm gonna try. I originally wanted to change cars, but with everything else, I decided it was best to just let it go until my current car gives out, because while electric would probably be more efficient for the gas, spending tens of thousands of dollars to get there, plus all of the cost that is involved with the supply chain and the creation of that vehicle and all the raw materials, that's also something that is technically involved in a cost of that vehicle, that from a environmental perspective that you don't see.
Very fast reader. The grid does suck in some places, but if you're living in a house that can run a electric dryer, you can set it up so your car can charge.
The thing is, getting the cable to there.
You'd have to hire an electrician.
Yeah, but like how? Like, okay, say you hired an electrician.
Hire an electrician?
No, say I hired one. Where do we put the cable?
In the garage.
Okay, how do you get the cable there?
What do you mean?
Because the electrical box is in the basement.
Yeah.
Okay, so where do we run it?
The electrician would tell you.
Well, it'd have to be either outside the house or through the attic.
Yeah.
That would be very expensive.
It would, probably. Maybe.
Yeah, we're probably...
Unless you just want to run an extension cord from the laundry room.
No.
Well, you're no fun.
It's on the other side of the house. No, it would probably cost $2,500 to have an electrician run the cable.
Probably.
Just to run the one for the sump pump was like, I think, $1,300.
Yeah.
Because that was a higher amp. They had a custom run the cable. They did all the everything.
It would be something like that, yeah.
Yeah.
To run the power.
And then once it's there, you'd have to get the box specifically for it. And you can't just run it directly off the power. Normally, they have to have a battery buffer.
Well, that's the stage one can run directly off the power. Stage two is that they have the battery buffer, which actually costs more money, and they don't sell with the car.
Yeah, that's where it's a little.
But he's fine with the stage one, which just draws directly on the house power.
Well, yeah, but their breaker is in the garage.
Yeah.
So that was super easy to set up.
That would be super easy to set up.
Yeah, it's literally next to the cars. The problem is that garage does not. They own my old house. That garage is so super tiny. So
you can fit 2 cars in there.
No, you can fit 2 cars in there, but to do all the plugging in and have all the equipment for everything, it's really
there's really no equipment with stage one.
No, but like let's say that your plug-in is in the back of your car on the right.
Yeah.
So you have a very tight garage. And let's say you go in there. Now you have to get around everything. If there's 2 cars in there to get to whatever to plug it in, and that might now be in the way of the person trying to get out. And let's say it's in the middle, like whatever. So do you have to have it hang from the garage door?
You can have it hang from the ceiling.
No, because the garage door's in the way.
You can have it in front of the garage door.
No, because the back of the car is in the back. So now
you can have a cord long enough to reach.
I know, but now is it going to be in the walking range of people that need to go in and out? Are they going to drive over it? So no, because you're going to have enough length on the cable to
like
pull
this
easy.
Isn't nearly as complicated as
No, it's going to be, because it's one of those things of those problems that come up that you wouldn't think of otherwise.
Right now, all I know is I have a car that was
100 amp service. I think I might have put a couple lights on here that ended up.
No, the batteries lose some efficiency because of winter, but they're still way more efficient than a gas vehicle by far. There are plenty of people up here that drive electric cars. They're kind of all over the place, and they're gaining.
The problem with the general problem with electric cars in Minnesota, or at least any cold climate, is you lose a lot of, and it's efficiency, but it's still even better in that way. But you lose distance. So if you have a 250 mile car, you're probably going to be at like 100 and something instead, and you have to take that into account for trips.
I feel like once the solid states come out, though, that won't be a problem anymore.
No, because you still have to be, if you're at -10, you have to have chemicals that will not freeze at that temperature. The whole reason that they lose efficiency is because they're having to run a heater to keep
the batteries warm.
Yeah. So, and I mean, that's been a problem for years. But it's the one problem Technology Connection did a thing about, like when they were switching over street lamps from incandescent to LED, and they wanted to switch them back because the incandescent would melt the ice, but the LEDs aren't. So all the other benefits that LEDs had, they threw out the window because of this one problem. And it's like, yeah, electric is still better in a lot of ways. The mileage thing sucks. But if you buy a car here and you're like, well, I only drive like maybe 60 miles a day, so I'll just get a 100-mile car. Well, if you're not taking that into account and give it 5 or 6 years, you're probably going to be losing some of your mileage slowly, and now you're going to be maybe creeping into a range that might be a problem, and you might require replacement
once you
early.
hit that 100,000 mile mark, that's when you cash in on that warranty. Well,
yeah, but you can't cash in unless there's a problem.
Yeah, the battery's not good anymore.
How do you make it not good?
It wore out driving that 100,000 miles.
No.
If it's still good after 100,000 miles.
Yeah, if it's still good, then you're just.
How did it stay good?
I don't know. What are you going to do? Pour vinegar in it?
Maybe. Now, if your car gets stuck in a snowbank here with a gas vehicle, you're not legally allowed to stay in that vehicle. Besides, has been cases where people have gotten stuck in snow in a car and kept the engine running, and then they die of carbon monoxide poisoning because it just backs up into the car. So you should not, if you're stuck in Minnesota for any reason, you're not allowed to stay in your car if it's like below a certain temperature. They will pick you up in a police cruiser.
Yeah, but sometimes you want to be picked up in a police cruiser.
Yes. Because
you're like, I've been stuck outside for a very long time. The amount of times I've seen people stuck on the side of the road in their car because they literally have nowhere to go.
Yeah.
You can't just like say, well, it's a blizzard. Guess I'm going to go outside. No, you'll stay in there until somebody comes.
Yeah, somebody comes to rescue you. I think it's going to be a while before they replace semis. I do believe it is possible, but it's going to be a bit yet. Toyota is promising a lot with their solid states. It's almost a whole little hard to believe, but we'll see. They're talking like 900-mile ranges, 10-minute, 80% charge times. It kind of sounds like a miracle, but I don't know. They seem pretty confident about it.
All right, I'm going to call that good there.
They already have some test vehicles on the road. They're showing off at shows. They say the big problem right now is just figuring out how to make them in bulk. Get the machines right. They say they're close. They just have a lot of fine tuning. Make sure the machines don't break the batteries as they're building them. No, I got this feeling that if Toyota lives up to the hype they're generating, the solid state batteries will be the death of a lot of
companies are going to talk up because they want the investment. So I will wait until they actually can prove the numbers, because
they've
take the numbers.
They have the vehicles in existence.
Yep, that's cool. Tesla's been showing up trucks for a while too. Like, so companies are going to do everything they can because they want people to buy into their stock.
Yeah. They're saying
again, all of that's if they live based on the metrics that we invented. We've seen a 400% increase in yonks.
They have working vehicles that have proven these numbers, is what I am trying to say.
Until it's truth.
But that is truth.
It's like pre-ordering a game and being like, well, this developer has only shown me good stuff before.
No, this developer is showing you a finished game. They're just working to make them in mass.
Okay. The City
exists.
Skylines.
City Skylines? What about it?
City Skylines 2.
Is there a 2?
It's a finished game.
Is it?
Yep, runs like absolute trash.
Okay. Well,
they even warned people beforehand it was going to be trash.
Why did they release it early?
Because they were going to delay it, but there was such backlash about delaying it that they said, okay, here you go. And then they're like, yeah, but there's problems with it. And they're working on it. But then they're like, wow, this game runs like trash. Because we told you.
900 miles on a charge is further than most cars can get on a single tank of gas. I don't know any cars can get 900 miles on a single tank of gas.
900-mile range at what payload and what grade? Oh no, if they're talking like trucks, there's no way you'd have 900-mile on a range.
You would have to have, or unless you had like 4 of those batteries.
Because it's the same. You have the same problem with elevators. Is you can't have an infinite height elevator because as you increase the height of the elevator, the weight of the cable increases to the point of the cable can no longer support, or you can't lift up its own weight in cable. You could have a 900-mile vehicle, a truck, but if the battery is so heavy, your efficiency has now gone down so low that you're negating any benefit of having a 900-mile engine, if it's even possible. Because you can't just have it go, oh, well, double the size of the battery. Well, now you got to carry a double-sized battery with you. Well, now that's going to decrease how much miles you can go, and get to a point of
finding a balance.
Yeah,
but if you have that charge time they're talking, that won't be a big deal.
But charge time is less important. Truckers don't care about how fast they can get on the road. They care about how much money they can save on going there.
Yeah.
Most truck drivers, when they left on a Friday, they had they couldn't do anything until Monday morning, and they could definitely get there by Sunday. All they would do is they'd have a little meter that would say what the most efficient speed for their fuel is.
Yeah.
Because if they're spending like $900 to $1,000 in fuel to get somewhere, they're going to make sure that they can save 150 of it by going 5 miles an hour slower. Even if, yeah.
Makes sense.
And they're given the time to get there normally. And if they're not, well, at least owner operators aren't going to give a shit because they're going to be like, well, then I'm not making enough money. But there's not as much stuff for owner operator anymore.
Yeah.
No, they're going to go for what's the cost efficient. They're not going to care about mileage. If it requires that they have to stop every few miles or every so often, if it is what's cheaper, an owner operator will probably just go with it. But they're not going to buy the truck because probably gas, in terms of efficiency, cost per dollar for fuel is probably cheaper to them than electric. Electric, when you're trying to pull 80,000 pounds.
I mean, it's the battery that's expensive, not the electric.
Yeah, but the electric can be cheaper. But how much when you're pulling 80,000 pounds?
Yeah,
electric is good at being quick
and efficient.
But gas is good at pulling heavy load.
But electric engine can provide way more torque than a combustion engine. It's about providing enough power. But
also, okay, so let's say that let's say they're saving half. But how long does it take to charge it?
According to Toyota, they got a 10-minute charge time.
For a truck?
If they're hooked up through multiple batteries and multiple chargers, it could be done.
But that means that let's say that every truck switched to that. And so you go to a weigh station that has 15 of those trucks plugged in.
And there needs to be an infrastructure built up.
That infrastructure would be huge, but who's paying for the infrastructure?
The companies who run the charging stations, I'd imagine.
Yeah, okay.
That's how gas works.
Okay, but if that kind of investment means that they would have to jack their prices up to make up for the difference.
I mean, the infrastructure for gas vehicles didn't exist until gas vehicles.
I know, but that means
about a future in which the infrastructure exists.
Trucking is already on a hairline to where people are doing for pricing. That means that people would have to take they would have to pay a bunch at the beginning just to make sure that they could save more in the future. No, they're going to save now.
But that's the same thing that happened when gas vehicles started going on the road.
Yeah, because we had horses before or something. This was the first thing, and most of that investment was made by the gas companies.
Well, there was trains, which we still use trains, but
yeah, but even trains are still cheaper than truck.
Yes,
it's just not efficient. Oh, let's talk about heavy haul at 200,000 pounds a time. I don't think I don't think it's legal to try. You're stuck at basically either 2 pups or a 53 footer in the U.S. You can't take the big ones. You can't do at least in the U.S.
I got this.
What do they call that? The semi trains or whatever, where they hook up like 17 semis to one really, really big rig. You can't do that in the U.S.
I already saw, like in England,
very unsafe.
Trains were already all electric and they were hauling freight. So,
I'm gonna blend this hand in. Needs to be a part of this engine.
Damn electric trains.
They should be 1.
It was kind of cool seeing the little electric freight trains run when I was in England that one time. They were hauling all these logs and crap. Make sure that the hand is part of the machine.
Mm-hmm. Yes. They have become one.
As Twilight told, take him into victory.
She's like, it's like, Twilight, how high can you count? She's like, 1.
What does that gesture mean? I don't know. I'm a horse. We don't have hands.
What was the name of this story again? This one's called Praise Be the Dingus. Okay. When I read that, I was like, this is actually like, I think Jay would very much appreciate. There's a panel, like the editing with the dinguses. I think it's like part 2, part 3. That's the name of it. Okay.
No.
Well, they did make the actual grid public for Ciderfest now, so you can go and look up panels and all that.
I'm fairly certain all those things can be hauled by an electric freight train. The engines can do it. It's about getting them the power. Like electric engines are beef.
I need to have like some kind of like stand out like text. Impact? Go meme. No, we're not going to go digital. Robot invaders? No.
Pray. I kind of like that text for it. It's very
I don't
steampunk.
I don't know if I can make it like easily
bold.
Visible.
It needs to be like
there's no bold for
there's
this.
No bold. Might be a little rough if it's not bold.
No, this is the best. The best I could do is you do some kind of like a glow or something on the outside to help it stand out. But that'd be about the best I'd be able to do. That's not too bad.
Not too bad. It's just, would gray show up better? Or silver? It would be like a silver or gold. Because if it's not silver or gold, doesn't really work.
Because like I can go a little bigger, but any bigger I go, I have to start jamming the text together.
That looks a little better actually, though. Pray, and you want big letters because it's like praise be the dingus.
Well, that and let's make a smart layer. Okay. What was the button for that? Okay.
Italicized. Wow.
No. Go to 15 degree. Okay, it's not. Oh, there it is. Let's give me a number. Why are you giving me 15 like all over the place? I'm going to say that that's the same.
I like that. You get like the Star Wars fading into the background effect. Pretty nice.
No. Let me modify my layer. There we go. It's a little bit bigger. Oh, is it going to cut it off now? No. All right. So I think I can do that, but I'll have to make the size bigger now. I don't know. It's really hard to see that.
I mean, it's the color though. It's not the text. Like you just have to find the right color.
I can't change.
Oh, is it stuck on that color? Or?
It's actually built into it. Like I don't think color does much. Yeah, it doesn't do anything. The text itself is made to look like that.
I was hoping they had it like just use Comic Sans. Use Comic Sans for everything.
I kind of like Bookman. I kind of like that.
I mean, it's very standard though, and then.
Well, no, I mean, I can add in my own.
It's called Bookman Old Style. You old man. You just used old man text.
Don't old man me, old man.
Use Times New Roman. Yes, he might as well with his old man text.
See, I can do it myself.
You see, like a big boy.
You don't get tomorrow, no car.
Oh no, I need it. I'll go work. I have work to do.
No, you really just.
You know what?
You were just telling me right there that you don't have any work to do, and you don't.
I was just saying. What I was saying is that I think your text is amazing, and you're doing something really, really cool, like a big boy.
Your car needs to break down more.
Desperation will drive a person to say crazy things.
Yeah, or the truth.
Sure. More booze? Nah. 2 is enough on a weekday.
You have a little bit left in here, so cheers on that.
These are pretty good, though. These donut ciders.
Yeah, they're pretty good. I feel like I don't know if I'd drink them all night. These ones, I think I had like 4 last night, and then I had like 6 on Saturday. I could drink these all night. I love these. Yeah, but I'm gonna be good on that. I've had a beer and a mixed drink, yeah, but I need to do. I still have so much cons left to do. I still have one more picture for this. I have to still come up with some of the gimmicks. I have to print them all, and I still have one whole panel I haven't even started yet, and I have to present it in 9 days. So,
I think I hear Adam. He has a friend visiting.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he said he was going to have somebody coming over for a little bit.
Mm-hmm. He's going to buy cards from him.
He wasn't going to go to Cars tonight because he needed to work on anthologies. So then instead the cards came to him.
Mm-hmm. Which is hilarious. Talk about somebody who has a pretty full schedule. Raise the dungus.
Raise the dingo.
Raise the dingo. The dingo is raised. She's pointing at it.
No, I was making it a little bigger because when I actually wait. Why is this extra big?
The big.
Yeah, okay, maybe that'll help. Yeah, okay, that'll actually help a lot.
Michael, how would your mead taste if you injected carbonated water into it? It's already carbonated, or it should be. I use a 5-gallon pressurized keg, which I allow natural carbonization up to 40 psi. And I use a sputting valve to control the carbonation levels. If I can keep the carbonation in it, I meant to kind of take it outside, but I didn't. So to hold the carbonation, but it's kind of been a hit or miss on previous bottles, but I think I'm getting the technique down better and better. But it should already be plenty carbonated. We had one bottle that was so carbonated, it exploded. And ever since, I put my bottles in
I didn't
plastic
like that.
bags.
Yeah.
He did not like that.
Well, it's because the server's right behind it.
But I actually have a separate 1-gallon keg that does nothing but collect CO2. So that I can exploding mead. Nice. No, it wasn't nice. I had an uh-oh moment. I've had to be a bit more careful since. It's what happens when you don't filter it properly. That's what the end result essentially is. I was not. We came back from a trip, I think, and that's when I found it. I can never tell if I'm laughing or being tortured.
Sometimes his sneezes make me think that he's dead. That's kind of neat. A little bit of a burn effect. And now it actually stands out.
Yeah, no, I like that. You could run a car off of that. There's actually some pretty cool videos. You could probably watch them on YouTube where somebody built a car that ran off of just fermenting alcohol. It basically just collected it just moved pistons from the air pressure that was being built up from the CO2 release. And it moved. Didn't go very fast, but it was moving. At the end, everybody could have beer.
Some graphical stuff, these particle effects. I forgot to remove the one that's always square. Good enough.
It was kind of interesting because I was looking into carbonating my alcohol. There was like all these brewery places selling like, buy this one-time use canister of CO2 or buy this tank of CO2. And I'm like, isn't the alcohol producing CO2? How do I just collect that? And I found a way.
Oh, this is weird. I put the title at the bottom.
Beer powered transportation, nice, but the one that'd be drunk and driving, only the car would be drunk, not the
as long as the alcohol is not accessible from inside the cabin, you're probably fine.
Why are there no cars that run on beer? Because that would be a terrible waste of good beer. Now there's cars that run on booze, but ethanol is. No. I quickly realized that anybody who buys CO2 tanks to carbonate their alcohol when they're fermenting alcohol themselves has been had. It is very easy just to collect it. All you need is like a hose and something to monitor the pressure. And a sputting valve, which is like, I think I got mine for $15.
Oh, I made it thick.
Ooh, chunky text. I did make a boo-boo chat, though. I was going to save my yeast culture for the next batch of alcohol, but now I have to make an extra trip all the way to the store.
How was that?
Yes. I kind of like it. I don't dislike it.
It's way too much.
You can definitely read it.
I can do it to like there.
Yeah. But I was distracted, chat, and I destroyed my yeast culture by accident because there was something in the room while I was working that completely took my attention away from what I was doing. It's probably him. He was raking leaves. I'm going to blame him.
It was Dingus's.
It was Dingus's. I may or may have not had Pony Life on the television.
Or you can't.
But it's not ponies. Not going to blame ponies. It was definitely him and his leaves.
If you walked up to somebody and says, I may or may not have burned the house down. You did what? No, I didn't.
No, it
was one of the options. Guy. Like, you can't just say a question that definitely is because
it wasn't the pony's fault. Something else distracted me. It had to have been. The Derpy plushie, you can't blame Derpy plushie either. And besides, the only Derpy in that room was Forbidden Derpy. I'm not allowed to touch that Derpy.
How many times you could touch the Derpy?
Never.
You've admitted to touching it before.
I would never touch the Forbidden Derpy.
You've said it.
I don't recall.
To me before.
I don't recall this. It's probably a doppelganger telling lies.
You have definitely said it that you would. Well, there's also been the times that I put it on the banister on your way down because I was like, "Look, you can't touch." You definitely didn't touch.
No, I definitely didn't touch. Yeah, did not touch. Correct.
See, that's the benefit now is I put her in a lower shelf.
Yeah.
At the floor level, and you're an old man. You can't reach that far down anymore. So I know I won.
My back would give out. Yeah. Why is it forbidden? Because that's what I named it.
It's the Forbidden Derpy because when we were at the last place, I had my bedroom and I had a closet. The bedroom and the closet door were pretty much next to each other. And I had that Derpy in that closet in the back corner. And when you walked by, you could see through the bedroom, through that door, right to that Derpy. And so he said it was the Forbidden Derpy because it was in my closet, which was an area that, I shouldn't go there. That's his space. But there's a Derpy there. Yes. And so he couldn't touch it. So it was forbidden.
The Forbidden Derpy. And I was referring to her as the Forbidden Derpy in my head for like a year before I mentioned, the Forbidden Derpy. You're like, what? No, the Forbidden Derpy. She was forbidden. Like, I was aware of a Derpy that I could not get anywhere near to boop. Well, she was forbidden. It's a good plush too. It's probably, for whatever reason, my favorite plush that you own. Though I do miss Big Derpy, but I don't know what you've done with her.
Big Derpy?
Yeah, super Big Derpy.
The one that's kind of blue?
The one that's apparently falls apart every time you try to pick it up.
Yeah, I think that's the one that's like slightly blue. I got her like BronyCon 2016 or something.
You got her super early. I remember you
the big one, I think it's the box.
Another tragedy.
Someone learned is that Michael has a Derpy radar.
just little beeps going off in my head for every Derpy in radius. A lot of beeping.
All right, so for the next story, this was called "In the Future, Comedy Be Randomly Generated." I know Spike has a gun that is a N60 or a Nintendo pistol
zapper.
Yeah, Nintendo zapper with a squirt bottle in the end.
Mm-hmm. No, the picture that was on the fan fiction was like the perfect picture already. You could just use their picture. It's their fan fiction.
That one was it was, and it kind of would work.
It's kind of perfect. I like the scooter.
This one.
Yes, just that.
I mean, that is his official art.
Yeah.
Let me just do that.
What's the whole?
It would save me a lot of time.
It would.
And sometimes it's funny, like when I pull up something like that, it'd be like, because people would laugh because they'd be like, "What the hell is that?" But then it would be like, "Oh, okay, yeah, but this is the official art."
Yeah, this isn't me, guys. It's just cool stuff. I like how they folded the paper too. They put it in the pocket.
I wouldn't be surprised if this is somebody else's image or something.
This famous Spike picture.
And I love how the name itself is actually in quotations.
Of course.
Yeah, it gets weird. This one, a lot of his stories I had to start doing mixed parts because there were so many people that came in to say like one line. So it's like, you're going to be these three people. And as long as they're split up enough, you don't want to have two people or the same person talking to themselves.
Yes, they sound like Pony Squeeze. Just squeeze, 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 squeeze. It's like there's 10 derpies in the immediate radius. There's probably more derpies than that. I don't even know how many derpies are in this house. If you start counting things like pictures, it gets a little crazy. It's a lot of derpies.
Well, the bigger question is, how many derpies are there in like your room?
Are we talking every derpy? Pictures included? Buttons? Because then there's at least 70 derpies.
I'm curious, can I expand this amazing paper?
A lot of derpies.
Let's see if this works.
Didn't do it.
Yeah, I don't think it wants to go outside of the...
Oh, that's because it's 2 different layers.
Yeah, but it should... I don't think it wants to go outside of its area.
It just doesn't want to copy onto an... I don't know.
Hold on. Yeah, see, it doesn't want to... It doesn't want to behave. But you can do instead is the tried and true...
Copy paste.
Nope. Because it's a gradient.
Yeah. Yeah. Put that. Oh.
There.
You did it.
You can't even tell.
Barely. I have one of those. I have a light gun. I think it's the gray one, though.
Yeah, there's a gray and an orange. I was thinking about bringing one as a prop and just attaching a bottle to it for fun, but then I thought that might be a problem at a convention.
You can use it.
No, because again, there's a lot of rules when it comes to like fake gun stuff.
A zapper?
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Okay.
They're you have to read into the very specific rules, and some of them are like no guns no matter what. And even if that is a fake gun, but it's still
Yeah.
It just leaves the cable like cut.
Mm-hmm. I have part of the power glove system. I have like part of the stand for whatever reason that tracked the movement of the glove. Can't remember what movie I watched, but it was about like the 80s and like the rich kid who had the Nintendo system and he had a power glove. And he's like, the power glove was the single coolest thing that was ever created. With it, you were a god.
It was a super cool thing.
Unfortunately, it was absolutely a crap controller. So it just showed the kid using the power glove to like play a video game against somebody else, and they just had a regular controller, and they were kicking the kid's butt with the power glove over and over again.
I remember seeing somebody bought a power glove and reprogrammed it, and they were a stop motion animator for Robot Chicken, and they had all their buttons set up for their camera. And so when they went to do shots, they would just have the power glove and they just go screenshot. So they would just use this for doing everything. Yeah. And they had it programmed specifically for that need, because then they didn't have to go back and they like, it made it so much quicker for everything they did. Like, yeah, there's other things that can do similar, but this is right built into me. I can anywhere I go. Yeah. Like they can do a little movement, walk out of the way, boom. A little movement, walk out of the way. It was pretty neat.
Actually useful.
They programmed it to be useful for them.
Yeah. Power glove was cool, but it was absolutely crap controller.
Well, yeah, it was crap, but it was super cool.
It was cool.
Everybody wanted one.
Yeah, you had to have a power glove. There was like a movie that popularized it. It was great.
I had I never had one, but
okay.
A friend of my family's daughter had, or like they had one.
I can't ever claim that I ever had one. I have only part of one.
Would this be something that would work for Impact? Just go meme.
Comic Sans? No, this definitely needs Comic Sans. This actually needs Comic Sans. Find it.
Michael, those are words that should never be spoken.
I know, but look at what we're looking at.
Okay, it does.
It just makes it that much more cringe, and I love it. People will recognize that font and go, why? Why did you do this?
I was thinking like of adding like I might add a little bit of a shadow behind, but it's not for being a shadow. It's just to separate a little bit.
Yeah. Do you have the MLP font?
Yeah.
Good. I'm not saying you need to use it here, but you just have to have it on your computer. Important. It's just called equestrian, I think. It should be in the E's.
It depends on where you get it from. I have it on here, something.
Took me forever to get it working, GIMP. It took a lot of effort.
Oh, in here you just drag and drop and you're done.
Yeah, well, I can. La-di-da. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, you've seen it somewhere before as MLP font as opposed to equestrian font? Because I've always only ever seen it as equestrian font. Or I only really needed to download it once or twice, but...
Yeah, I've that's the one the file server. I had it, but I haven't used it in forever, so I wouldn't be surprised if it was like on some old install.
Mm-hmm.
That's my default laptop font. I want fonts that are readable.
It is very readable. It's legible.
Legible. That's like the middle ground of kind of not readable.
It's readable.
If I really squint and turn the paper sideways, get my bifocals.
That was something I actually enjoyed about G4 is that they didn't use English or any like written language. They just used images. And they had a written language, but it was always scribble when you looked at the page. It wasn't anything. And Pony Life and G5, they've kind of broken that a little bit. You want it to celebrate the core of the problem. I get it. I have really bad handwriting, so MLP font. It's not all that hard for me to read. Yes.
Okay. Look at that quality image. Actually, that would probably be the easiest way to do these images. Just grab the pictures that they provide for me.
It's too late now.
I mean, some of these, like...
You're too deep in.
Who has a dream is...
This one doesn't. Just...
No, that's the person.
Okay.
No, this one doesn't even have an image.
This one doesn't have an image. It will now.
Mm-hmm.
It's still your image.
Oh, this one?
Just... Wait. I like that just grass and just a burning Elmo in the background.
There's no Elmo in the story. I don't know. Can't get it, but... I mean, that would have been a good image.
That's a good long horse. I like that. I like that picture.
But why are all the legs the same?
Because
she's like,
legs.
This is like a twiggle.
Perfect.
It's like a long twiggle.
It's beautiful.
It's a twoggle.
My twoggle.
My Pinkie Pie isn't allowed to play chess anymore.
She eats the pieces.
Oh, Rainbow Dash versus Chair. Is that the same person? No, Major Tacky. Yeah, I think so. Oh, look at their icons. Meow. It's a loaf.
It's a loaf cat.
They definitely did that hard.
Yes. The similarities. It's all adding up.
Okay, so we can close that one. So that means I believe.
I think you're done.
Yeah, that's done.
You got 9 minutes.
Done. I started 10 minutes early.
Excuses.
Done.
You're done.
I saved that one, right? Yeah. Well, the image is done. I just have to edit this one. Print them, organize them. Verify that I actually did it correctly. I messed up before, and I've had it definitely where like somebody had the wrong part or whatnot. So normally after I print them, I have to go and grab all page ones and like overlap them and make sure that there's no part missing a roll. Do a kind of half read to make sure I did it right. I used to, and I did it the year before, and I don't know why I didn't this time. I started doing it where. Oh no, I didn't do it this one. That must have been the year before last. What was the story we did last year? Mystery of the Wedding Rainbow Dash, I think it was the year before that. Oh god, what was the one we did last year? I can't remember any of these. Was Horror Money? I think Horror Money was. No, I started editing it where I was putting the actual name of the character at the beginning of the line, like a normal script. But I didn't do it this time, and that was kind of stupid because it really makes it so you can find those errors.
It's not like the ultimate collection of bad fan fictions building up. 40
something. There's 45 in this folder, and then I got like 7 new ones here, and then in Retired I have another 7. So yeah, I have like 55 different totally fully edited fics.
Applejack's best day ever, Retired.
Oh wait. Oh, these are probably don't even need this anymore.
You mean you don't need it? These are memories. No,
that's a folder that was specific. When I was going to do it at a convention, I would just make a folder so that I knew everything I need is in this folder, because I have new and old, and I don't want to have to figure out where all those are. So, what was? Oh, I can just look at the dates. Alicorn Business.
I bet you have just a picture of Derpy's butt on your
No,
computer.
apparently I didn't. I swore I started. I swore I started doing that. Yeah, I don't know. Apparently I'm just going crazy. I swore I started doing that. Maybe did it per part? No, I didn't. Well, whatever. Well, I was doing that. So yeah, this one is definitely one we did this year. Yeah, I don't know. I'm going crazy.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah, the only reason I didn't do that, having it like a normal script, is because of pages. Some of these pages it's already 4 or 5 pages, and if you have 6 parts, then you're talking like 6 times 4, 24 pages for one story. And then if we suddenly took up a third of the left column with stuff, you'd be adding another 2 pages per. Suddenly you're adding 12 more pages to your print or something. So that's the reason I didn't. It was just to save space. But it is a little bit more difficult to double check I did everything correctly if I don't have the ability to verify what actual parts were. When I was going through one of the ones earlier, I found out Rainbow Dash had 2 parts that were actually narrator. Thankfully, that one's easy to do because they're quotation marks, but yeah, there's definitely going to be errors like that. I try to make a note of it and fix it for next time, because otherwise I've given Jay fix and he's like, yeah, there was some stuff wrong with these. Yeah.
I want to see Little Film Shy. Just somebody go up to him and be like, Derpy's not best pony, and he just slaps them. No words, just violence.
See, what I don't like is that you've had so many things that you've talked about, like with the fandom, and now that is happening. So now I feel like eventually that's just going to come true.
Little Film Shy just slapping people.
You're just backhanding people. He's gonna have like brass knuckles on, or just multiple rings.
He's gonna have like a giant Derpy ring.
It just says DRP. DRP, just derp on all fingers.
This is the future.
Wow.
Because that guy seems so mild mannered.
Mm-hmm.
So that would bring me joy.
So anyways, we did 2 actual picks and then one.
That's a pick.
That Twilight definitely took the majority of the time.
So
but we did it. We did the progress. Friday, my goal is to have the audio to him so that we can work on the Trixie vending machine one.
What day?
No, we were working on Friday, so I need to have the audio to you either tomorrow or Thursday.
Okay.
Well, you probably need it before then. I'll try to figure out tomorrow.
If you give it to me Thursday, I will do my best.
But yeah, so we can work on that, because right now we still have none of the audio for Trixie in. It shouldn't be that bad, because it's just going to be like some lip syncing, some motions to whatever it is, but it's very minimal because she's just stuck in a vending machine.
I'll probably have to record each line at least 10 times before I get it right.
Probably, but then I got to go through each one So you don't give it to me like at 1 a.m. Thursday because I won't have the time to.
Then
No, I had Friday.
Probably work to give it to me on Wednesday.
No, because you're going to still do it Thursday.
Yes, Wednesday and Thursday.
Yeah, because you're not going to like what you want or what you have. Before you sent me random stuff and you were okay with
and it was good.
Yeah, because you didn't have a script. But now if I tell you what it's supposed to be.
Yeah, now I'm going to be like, this is trash. The stuff I wrote was better.
I might still use some of that. If I can go through there
and use the lines, but I'd want to record them.
If I can go through the lines that you have and make use of all of them, sure, but I don't think I will. Yeah. Especially the end, because the very last little bit, with the lights going off, I need specific line for. That one I can give you like almost right now.
What is it?
No, because I got to write it down. Oh. If I don't write it down, you're going to forget.
Yeah. Or I'm going to ad-lib it, and you have to do what I say.
So Little Shred posted a pony collection tour of his channel. I think that's the content. I've been meaning actually to record a basement update. I've been waiting for the floor thing. I called them today.
Did you?
Yeah, and they said, "Oh yeah, you're next on our list. We'll call you either later today or tomorrow on the way forward." I'm like, okay, well that's weird that you were just going to call me after I called you after 2.5 weeks, but okay. But yeah, we've had a lot of stuff updated, and I've been wanting to kind of go through some of it. It's just that there's still a lot of stuff still in flux. But anyway, I see switches on, so it depends. Like every time we're gonna go raid Switch, he
runs away.
He's doing bear stream or something.
Bear stream. Bears aren't. You can't hug a bear; it'll eat you.
Yeah, he's doing bear stream again. What is with bear stream? Stop walking away when I'm playing.
Bears, beware of bears.
Beware bears.
They're bears.
Yeah, it's a Scuff. Well,
Scuff is mean, and he makes streams not happen.
Does anybody know anybody that's? I mean, we've run over to I think twice when he was offline. Does anybody know anybody online?
Just type in ponies. Use the stream.
No, because then I have to double check because I don't know what content they're doing.
They're streaming ponies.
Huh?
You're gonna ask some random people.
No, sometimes there's lewd things.
Ponies though.
I'm not lewd though.
You're not. You did just.
What if I just search smooching?
Okay. Smooching ponies. Yeah.
No, actually, I'm kind of scared to search smooching. That's like going on to Google image search. It'd be like Twilight Donk or something.
I'm sure only funny things will pop up. No, you could do this. I think we can. I believe in you. Type in ponies.
Did I miss a stupid face from Kite? I did.
You did. I'll make a stupid face.
Oh, I'm sorry, Kite. I completely got distracted there. I am going to. There, your points are back.
We got. All
the rest I'm good on.
Time.
No, I don't.
What's on Twitch? We can find pony streams.
Oh, no. We're gonna head over to Switch for the bear, and
You can find pony streams, guys.
No.
Look at those credits. Those credits are amazing.
No, there is already a song that plays in the background for this.
Well, I'm playing this. I like my song.
There is a song. It is your song.
Look at random fast reader. He gave us some cheers. Moderator sunset was here. There you go. Did it.
Why did you end it on a high note?
Because I was expecting more, but there wasn't.
Moderator's always the last one.
Well, there you go.
Well, anyways, we'll see you guys Friday.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.